Welcome everyone to Marvel Mondays, the best time of the week, if not the year.
Sure does put a positive spin on Monday.
Yes, it does. We are here for our last Marvel Champions stream for a while. We didn't know last week if we'd get our Crisis Protocol materials in. Those are not quite here yet, so unfortunately, we have to play some more Marvel Champions on Monday, which we are actually quite amped about because we've been thinking through all of these streams. We've been talking about, speculation on what a potential campaign format might look like, or how you might be able to design your own campaign format and bring in some of the kind of long-term, almost like character growth that Arkham provides, which is really top-notch. So we're going to be talking about how best to do that today, and maybe speculate on some of the ideas that could be working.
And it's worth pointing out, too, there is going to be a product called the Campaign Expansion, which we're expecting at some point next year. Presumably, it will give the kind of ins and outs of how to actually do a campaign according to them, but I think there's a lot of space they can explore in terms of how to... They've created a really great baseline, right, with this game and a great system, and I'm curious to see what they officially do.
Yeah.
But the cool part about a cooperative game, to me, is that you can kind of make up whatever you want.
You really can, and a lot of people do this for Arkham. We've done some home brewing for Arkham ourselves, and I think we should just kind of talk about what might work. We don't know what those official campaign rules are going to be. We don't actually know if it's going to be a campaign style thing at all, like campaign in the true sense of you're going to be going on a campaign like in a role-playing game. It could just be like there's a thematic box, like a deluxe expansion, and it has a bunch of components in it that all work together, and then you play just like normal.
Or even just like in the core set, we've seen the villain story very lightly kind of continue from one to the next. Some people asking questions about being confused about the different types of products that are going to be released for this game. So there's the core set, which is supposed to be out in October, is what we've heard, and there's rumor going around that it's actually November 1st, which is the Friday, the day after October, obviously. But the core set comes with 5 different heroes, a deck for every aspect, so there's 4 aspects in the game, and 3 different villains that have a standard and expert mode. And then the first kind of expansion that we're going to see is the scenario pack, and this is like the first one's Green Goblin. So it's got 2 new scenarios to fight against, and featuring the Green Goblin.
Yeah, so that would look like if we just took examples from what we have in the core set. I imagine if I take Ultron here, and then the Ultron cards, and then add Claw and the Claw cards, but really I think it would be just a second version of Green Goblin. I think you'd be looking at basically you get 2 different scenarios, both Green Goblin in different contexts that you now have access to if you want to play the game against those challenges.
Yeah, and I would expect there's also modular sets in the game, which are these little sets in front of us here, and you mix those in with the scenarios to kind of make each one unique and randomized. So hopefully we also get some modular sets there, so the modular sets can be mixed with the original core set villains, the scenario pack itself, and then any future release as well.
And I think that's actually really significant, because what that means is that every scenario pack, regardless of the villain that is featured in that scenario pack, is going to bring replayability to all of the previous villains that are in the game that you own. Similarly, every hero pack is going to bring replayability to every hero that you already own. So even if you're not, super excited about Green Goblin, for instance, or Captain America, those cards and those packs are so relevant to you as a player. They offer a new replayable experience, regardless of the featured villain or the featured hero. So they're a good thing to pick up no matter what, even if you don't particularly dig it.
And you mentioned the second type of expansion was a hero pack. So a hero pack is a fully playable deck featuring 1 hero. Each hero comes with 15 signature cards, and then the rest are from an aspect, plus you get a card from every other aspect not featured in the deck. So that's the second kind, which is new hero cards and new heroes to play with. And the third kind is the campaign expansion, which we know very little about, but presumably it's going to provide a way to tell campaigns. Whether that means that your character can grow over time, the campaign or the scenarios are linked or not, we don't really know. But that's where, to me, it's like one of the unique parts of the game is every campaign box, because we know it's a format of a box, could provide a new way to play.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that these might be like the Saga expansions for Lord of the Rings. So the Saga expansions followed the very traditional Lord of the Rings story that you could then play through So all of the Saga expansions together kind of gets you through the entire series of books. I could see it being something like that too, where like there's for instance, a Thanos storyline maybe,
Sure.
and there's 3 or 4 campaign expansions that are all different parts of the Thanos thing like we've seen in the movies. There could be the X-Men campaign expansions, which is like this long plot of the X-Men campaign. So don't know exactly how that's going to work, but it could well be a campaign experience. We don't know any information on that, and I don't even know if FFG knows. I mean, if development on these is ongoing, or if it's just beginning, or what, I don't know when they're supposed to release in the grand cycle of things. So all of that to say, until we get campaign expansions and kind of know what that is, and even after that, we're looking at some interesting formats we might use to play the game a little bit differently, and to create some different challenges and some kind of longer form experiences. So we're going to be experimenting with that today. Now, we've been talking about this on the various streams over many, many weeks and speculating and speculating. We actually want to get something on the table and actually test it out. The first thing and the most exciting idea that we've had so far keeps it relatively simple, and I think that's what we're going to play through today. So that's going to be one main scheme will be on the board. So we'll randomly choose either Break-In or Claw or Ultron, and then we will take a level 1 villain, a level 2 villain, and a level 3 villain, and we will put those in the villain stack, and we will play through 3 forms of a villain rather than the standard 2, and each form will bring with it that villain's cards in the encounter deck. So basically we're going to build 3 encounter decks. We're going to bring in the new encounter deck every time a new villain form is revealed, essentially, and then have kind of a full playthrough of the entire core set all at once. And we're going to see, I think the first thing we want to see is, by the time we get to the 3rd form, is it like we're already so set up that we can just like control everything and everything's fine? Or does it give the villain actually an extra couple of turns to scheme us out before we can win the game?
Or defeat us.
Yeah, so that's essentially what we're looking at. Now, some concepts that I really, really want to try are like hero growth between villain forms. So one thing I was speculating was, every time you defeat a villain form, you can, you choose from a number of options. One of those options might be subtract 1 from a stat and add 1 to one of your base stats. So you could like level up essentially and become better at defending or better at scheming or thwarting, I guess, in this case. Another thing you might be able to do is swap in 2 cards to your deck and remove up to 2 cards from your deck. So maybe you could bring in some, like a Hawkeye, to specifically deal with Ultron, who was just revealed. So
like
you could
from an aspect maybe you're not playing.
Adapt your deck. Yeah, and that's the third thing, is like maybe you could bring in 1 card from an aspect that you're not currently playing, and just kind of show that, like I'm kind of multi-classing essentially and dabbling a little bit in something else. So there's a lot of potential there for kind of a homebrew format that actually gives that sense of character growth. But for now, what I'd really like to see is just playing through a game and seeing if our 3rd villain form is actually an extra challenge or just a longer game that we are obviously in control of.
Because by the time we get to the 3rd one, ideally our characters are pretty built out.
Yeah.
And so is it just like another round or 2 of us being in super mode where we're just beating the crap out of the villain?
Yeah.
Or is it actually more of a challenge? So let's just to demonstrate, right? Let's just make it happen. So I'm going to grab these villains really quickly. You've organized this extremely nicely.
Yeah, thanks.
And so what I was thinking, and maybe this is different than what you were thinking, so I'm going to make a stack of the 1s, a stack of the 2s, and a stack of the 3s. And to make this more challenging, I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't either.
So I'm going to shuffle up the 1s.
Okay.
And then
the question is,
can
we have a 2nd or 3rd version of the villain that is in that stack? Basically, do we always have to have a uniquely different villain for each step? Or can it be the same, like can it be Rhino 1, Rhino 2, Claw 3?
I don't know. What do you think is simpler or more interesting? There's kind of an element of like it just being random is nice.
Yeah.
But I also, let's say we hit Rhino first, when we flip in our stage 2 villain, maybe it's also Rhino and we just discard it and flip the next one. So it's not that complex.
Or we just keep the same deck and keep going.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like it could be either way.
Let's do that. Let's just do it purely random.
So
that's the best way to start.
I'm going to put stage 2 and stage 3 over here. They are shuffled.
This is also an open-ended conversation for everybody watching, so please provide commentary, advice, etc., different ideas that we might try as we go along. We're going to be experimenting with this on the fly.
Also, Loki asking, did Dragon Shield standard size sleeves work for this game? Absolutely.
All standard size will work.
All right, so I'm not going to reveal the villain yet because we haven't even picked our heroes yet. We'll get to that. But next stage is building the scenario decks, right?
Yeah.
So when we flip a villain, their scenario deck will happen. Now,
Why don't we just do a D6 on these because they'll be revealed immediately?
the scenario?
Yeah.
Do you want to have to pick our heroes first?
Yeah, we probably should.
All right, so here's what we're going to do on that. And what we can be doing while we're waiting for this to happen is put in the modular sets here. If you have a specific hero you want to see played right here on stream, say their name in the chat.
It'll happen quickly.
You
So
gotta
first to post is going to be a very
And
high priority.
I'm going to give it just like maybe 30 seconds after the answers start coming in. And whatever ones I'm seeing the most, just from a glance.
Aspect pairs as well. Aspect plus.
If you have an aspect you really want to see with a hero, go ahead and do that as well. But just say the name, especially the name of the hero, and we'll give that a second while we're finishing the rest of the stuff. And yep, there they go. Keep them coming. All right, I'm gonna let that roll for a second. So what I'm thinking is random modular set with each of these scenario stacks.
I can do that.
And then, are there any other setup cards?
Well, that's the thing. So if we do Rhino, Claw, then this Ultron stack won't matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of the. So if we do a unique all three, then we would play through all three in counter decks, which is kind of cool too.
I do kind of like that.
So what you could do then, here's what you do. I got an idea. Here's what you do.
Postulating.
No, I like the random. Let's just keep it at that. Ding, 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 ding,
There
ding,
is
ding.
a lot of Spider-Man and Iron Man.
Ding, 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 ding. I haven't played Iron Man. I wouldn't mind playing that.
All right. Let's have you roll Iron Man.
Which kind, though? Give me the weirdest Iron Man that there is.
What do you think the weirdest Iron Man is?
Like no energy, protection, maybe? I don't know.
People saying Iron Man Justice, of course. Iron Man Justice, Iron Man Justice.
Did you play Iron Man Justice last time? Didn't you? Yeah, you did.
I thought I didn't. I thought you played Captain Marvel Justice.
No, you were the Justice Boy. Maybe it was Spider-Man Justice that you played.
I don't think so.
I was playing Black Panther Leadership. You played Justice. 'Cause remember, you were handling all the schemes and the threat.
That was
and all
Captain
of that.
Marvel.
You were playing Captain Marvel.
I played Captain Marvel Justice.
Oh, okay. So
But I
I could do
think it
Iron
was
Man
the time
Justice.
before that. That's definitely what he wants. And this is probably going to be hard, so we shouldn't mess around on this.
All right, I'm just going to randomly choose these.
What I was saying earlier about setup cards, are there any cards in here we need to pull out before we even mess with this? I guess we don't have to do that yet.
Don't have to. All right, rolling it up.
Someone said it was Iron Man Justice.
I thought so.
Maybe you played him Justice?
I
You
didn't
didn't
play
play
Iron
him.
Man.
I played Iron Man Justice?
Yeah.
That seems crazy. Maybe it was me.
Yeah, it was you, because it's got all the lightning bolts.
Mm-hmm.
And so I played Captain Marvel something else, because you'd taken all the lightning bolts. with
Hey, this is a
Justice.
great comment. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Taskmaster says, hey guys, thank you for introducing me to this game. I pre-ordered 2 copies and started a sub.
Awesome.
Amazing.
That's great. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Super happy that
It's gonna be worth it,
we were
too.
able to introduce you to the game. I think this is going to be a great game to be along for the ride on. All right. Bunch of names.
You don't say.
I mean, it's Spider-Man seems like number 2. I just feel like I've been pinned into that corner, and I should explore something else.
You played a lot of Spider-Man. You want to play Black Panther or
I
She-Hulk?
haven't played Black Panther. Let's do it.
All right, why don't you take Black Panther? And then I'll acquiesce to the crowd, which is Iron Man Justice,
Yep.
is that right?
Interestingly, one of the questions I got on Instagram that I said we might answer here, which gives me a great opportunity to do this, is that it seems structurally like Iron Man and Black Panther play very similarly.
Oh.
Are they different enough to be relevant?
Oh, right on. Yeah, we should test that out.
And I think this is a good case in that. I mean, my initial answer is yes. I think one of the main things is that Iron Man starts out weak, builds up, but then once he's built, he gets to keep doing it. Whereas T'Challa starts out pretty solid, and then you have to keep the For Wakanda
I think it's a different
card
I think it's
going.
a totally
So
different
it's a very
thing.
different vibe.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to take Iron Man Justice.
Iron Man Justice,
Yeah.
Spider-Man,
Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Black Panther. What do you play the weirdest Black Panther? Aggression, maybe? I feel like I've done leadership and protection.
All right, let's do aggression.
already. Have you done aggression? Have you done Black Panther aggression?
I haven't done Black Panther, period. And I definitely haven't done Black Panther aggression. I played
let's do
aggression
that.
really early on, but I don't even think it was really on stream.
All right, so here's what we do to start the game. Obligation is going to be set up here to go in the encounter deck, and then we have our Nemesis set that is going to be put off to the side, and that'll be brought in by specific cards in the standard set of the villain deck, so every encounter will have a chance of bringing our Nemesis in. Then I've got all of the Iron Man cards, and then I'm going to choose if I want to cut anything, basically.
I need to do that as well.
The first cut is always the +1 to the stat. I don't need 3 of those if there's only 2 characters in my mind.
I think when you're on 2-player...
I might only need 1 of them.
Yeah. What is
Although
it?
it's a +1 thwart. That's pretty good with
I think I would,
Black Panther.
And you have a 2 thwart, so I think it's good for both of us. And it costs 2.
Yeah, so we'll do that. I think all the rest of these are totally solid.
You know, Aggression's actually pretty good with T'Challa. Because
Yeah.
he has a good resource
He's got the
base.
cash.
And they have one of the... don't they have the most expensive card pool? I'm going to cut one.
Aggression,
of these.
yes.
Yeah.
They got a lot of 3 costs, yeah. 1, 2, 3.
All right, that's all mixed in. Oh, neutrals. Can't forget those.
33, so I'd taken 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dayton asking, are you allowed to double up on aspects? Could you both play Justice? We could, but we only have a single core set, so we do not have the cards to actually do that.
4, 5, 6. I'm rolling 40 cards on Iron Man.
Filter.
I want to get that
Filter
suit out
magnet.
as fast as possible.
All right, can you hand me 1 Nick Fury? I'll go left to right.
All right, so something also, just, I think most people are going to be in the same boat. I think everybody, you're always going to take these 3 double resources. Out of the core set,
Strength, Genius, and whatever the other one is.
Energy.
Energy.
I just think that a 2-for-1 resource in the core set is too strong. So you're automatically 3 up. You want 1 Nick Fury?
Yeah, I have a lot of money, so I can play him.
It's a good question.
I'm going to go... This is going to be a longer game, so I'm going to do 1 of each of those. I would normally do a second of at least 1 of these, either Avengers Mansion or Helicarrier. But since we're going to be playing longer, I don't want to clog up my hand. I'll do 1 Mockingbird. And I don't think the others are for me.
I'm wondering if I should have 1 more ally.
Are there any?
Does
T'Challa need any specific kind of energy?
No, not that I remember. Aggression might need some fists, but I don't think you have any in the card pool here. First aid's not bad for T'Challa. You could take some haymakers if you want to do some direct damage.
Well, I feel like I have aggression. So
yes, you do.
I have like tack teams and uppercuts.
You don't want to min-max, huh?
I mean, I only need so much. I don't want to have so many cards that the Wakanda Forevers take me forever to get to.
Yeah, tenacity. Yeah, so we don't even need these, and that's what I think a lot of people will discover out of the core set. Like the common question of like, do I need to buy more than 1? It's like we don't even use all of the cards in the core set right now.
Yeah.
So
hey, this is a great. I think this is what John's laughing at in the background.
How's he looking at chat? I don't even see it. Is it on your phone? Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Dr. Zace says, I don't know if it was worth it to spend $250 on a $50 game for accessories, but I did it anyway. Villain set, 4 hero sets, and 6 panels or boards.
What a champion.
That's amazing.
Think about it this way, though. I mean, think about the reality of, let's say you played this game for 5 years. I mean, I've been playing Arkham from the very beginning, and had I had the Mythos boards and Investigator sets and stuff, I mean, those things, I can't even do it without those. Honestly, I cannot play without those right now.
I'm in the same boat with Destiny. It's like I've been on the boards and the tokens we put the boards out maybe a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And like I'm $70, $80 in, and it's like I cannot imagine. I went to Prime Championship this weekend, and people are still using cardboard.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
yeah.
And they had like all these tokens on their characters and their dice, and then they would roll and they would use a dice, and it's like kind of on there, kind of off, and I'm like,
I don't know what's
going on right now.
Yeah, that's the other thing too is like, if you're playing a collectible game, you're spending 300-ish every set. So like, in the grand scheme of tabletop, not that big of a deal.
Really, what that statement is saying is that the core set for this game is such a good value.
It's a great value, yeah.
And on that note, on the tokens and the core sets and subs, when everyone commented about grabbing those, there were more people saying that as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
one, really
That's
appreciate
awesome.
it. 2, if you haven't
You're
jumped
gonna love
in there
it.
yet, I highly recommend it. Even on the core set, we're in October. We're coming up on release. If it's anything like any game FFG puts out, it could be kind of squirrely to get. So if you're going to get in there to get the core set, or sign up for a sub to automatically get the products, now is pretty much the time. And then the tokens as well. nearing the end of what we have available to ship by the time the game releases. And for everyone that's jumped in on that, really grateful.
We did. Worth noting, too, we had kind of their unveiling at our members event in the store this weekend. And the actual feedback once they were in person, the number of comments that were like, I don't know, like I saw them and they looked great and everything, but actually seeing them in person and using them is like, I'm placing an order right now kind of thing. So I think that that's really the key. That's something we've struggled with a lot, actually, is like how to actually manifest how these feel like to play with and to use. It's something like a lot of times we have these customer reviews come through that say the pictures don't do these justice. It's nowhere near like the actual product is so much better than what they look like. So I guess that's kind of nice to like set a low bar and then exceed it all the time.
Pictures and I keep saying the same thing.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
the pictures are getting better.
The
but
other thing
so are the products.
that's just real is that like it's difficult to remember what it's like not to have played this game. So like once people start playing the game, I think anyone that's as interested as enough to be watching this video is probably going to love it.
Yeah.
I put that high odds on that.
Yeah.
And so that's where for me it's like once I love a game and I know I'm going to be playing this for 5-10 hours a month kind of a thing, my willingness to upgrade on that game gets a lot higher.
Yeah, definitely. I spent 7 hours building Arkham decks this weekend and doing test draws. That's a lot of time. 7 hours. Isn't that weird?
7 hours?
7 hours building Arkham decks.
Oh, that is a long amount of time.
That's before there's even any components involved.
Is the working knowledge that Panther Claws is the one to get?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to go off of your recommendation.
So there's one that requires you to be damaged before it's useful. So it's
Not
out.
that one.
There's one that requires threat to be on the main scheme or a scheme. So that's not necessarily guaranteed. So that's out. And then the other one is what is the other one? Tactical Genius. The other one, 2 to everything or 1 to everything on the board, which requires like minions being out. So oftentimes that's not the case.
But
so,
this is just direct damage.
yeah, Panther Claws is always the first choice, IMO. Okay, we've got our hero decks ready to go.
I'm ready.
So now, let's go ahead and randomize what scheme we're going to be playing against. So this would be 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6.
Okay.
You okay with that? 3.
So
It's Ultron.
didn't you say 3 and 4?
Yes, I did. It's Claw.
Trying to sneak that Ultron in there.
So
So we're playing against the Claw scheme, period.
the Claw scheme the entire time.
That is what's happening.
Let
But
me
we are,
make sure nothing matters.
if you're just
here.
joining in, I see.
Claw would be a little weird, but you can manage it.
Yeah. Anyone just joining, we are playing a randomized scheme against randomized villains. We're going to do a stage 1, 2, and 3. So the first stage 1 is going to be a villain out of the core box randomly, but we're going to be playing it on the Claw scheme.
See, this makes perfect sense, though, because both these when revealed are discard until a minion is discarded. I put it engaged. So, like, that could be out of the Rhino deck. It could be out of the Ultron deck as well. All right, so we're looking at underground distribution, which is so very cool.
And is there any like setup, go grab a thing?
Yes.
But
there
it's
is.
all minion based. It doesn't need to be specific out of his deck.
We'll need the defense network to
Cool.
start, and I think that'll just stay in play the whole time. Or it's this side scheme. So once we get rid of it, it's all good. All right, so that'll start with 2 threat, and I'll use my super lasers,
Whoosh.
and then an additional 2. Let's blow up some territory.
For player.
Okay, so we did that.
The Claw.
We're doing this in a very poor order also.
Well,
I
we're
need
just here to have a good time.
I need to get out the Book of Justice and actually follow the rules. All right, there's that. So now, let's do the randomization of the villain.
I'm just going to reveal the top 1.
Yep.
I shuffled them. Ready?
Who we doing?
Rhino. Stage
Rhino
1.
1. All right, hey there. I think that's very fitting. I like
All
that
right,
very
and
much.
so he's got 14 health per player, so I'm going to go ahead and set that.
Yeah, give him the 28. And then Rhino is then going to bring in his deck with a modular encounter set, yeah?
Yep. And do you have did you put the standard in there as well?
Standard and expert.
Cool.
Going in.
Perfect. And so then the plan is when we defeat stage 1, new villain gets revealed.
And then we bring that deck in.
And we bring that deck. And so everything that is specific to that deck, the Rhino deck, is going to go away, including minions.
Yeah,
Everything that's not, including things from Modular Sets, stays.
that's correct. That is 100% correct.
Oh,
Thank you.
We got our obligations.
All right, and so this is, this is the side scheme. This is Ultron. I don't need any of these. Ultron plus random side scheme. And I need claws cards. Where did they go? These are not them. These, oh, here they are. Claws cards, the random side scheme. And that's the one we're playing against.
And these are?
These are two random
Modular
side
sets,
schemes, or modulars we didn't use.
I'm with it.
Ding, ding. But they're there if we want to spice things up. If we want to give things a little spice.
Okay, so we shuffle. We have everything set. I'm going to go ahead and draw my hand size.
Yeah, I think we draw the hand.
And I get my mulligan opportunity. So I believe my number one objective here is to build.
Yeah, and Black Panther is so tough because you don't really want to discard those Wakanda Forevers, but I think the first run through your deck, you just have to, like, not care.
How many are in the deck?
I mean, at that point, it's, what, 1 for 4 damage, which is good with your Panther Claws. But you don't get to play, you don't get to start out with them in play, so I guess that's your prerogative.
I have other plans.
So it's really 3 for 4 damage.
I'm going to mulligan 4, one of which is a Wakanda Forever.
So you dissed a Wakanda Forever, 2 Relentless Assaults, and an Uppercut?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I'm basically looking for resources.
Okay, let me drop this out of here. And I believe we're ready to go, aren't we?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Any advice on Iron Man?
It's kind of the same as T'Challa. Just kidding. Ramp.
Cool. Give the Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
All right. I like
mean,
this.
It's all resources and building.
I don't need this.
You kind of need to get at least 3 of those things on by next round if you want to have a chance at flipping over to hero mode.
Yeah.
But he's also got mega filtering with that card ability. That's one thing that T'Challa doesn't have, is that ability to kind of cycle through his deck.
And I don't need any interrogation rooms. I don't think... Keeping threat off of the scheme is going to be important. Place in a scheme, you take it as damage. I'm going to hold on to one of these. All right, I'm going to mulligan 4, since that's the kind of world we're living in.
Got a question, why don't we use sleeves on the cards? It's because it creates an immense amount of glare on the camera.
That's the truth. He's right.
Me?
I thought you were going to play off the mat. You said that earlier.
I'm going to leave my character up here with all my upgrades.
Oh, cool. I might do that with Iron Man too. Or I might do the opposite. I might lay out all the upgrades up here. See how that plays.
You definitely will be using those a lot.
Oh man, what a good redraw. Oh my gosh. That's so good. Oh, it's so good. Okay, great. So is the name of this game Give Me All the Money so that I can build this Iron Man suit? It's very kind of you.
I have no money to give you currently.
Who wants to be first player? You want to roll for it?
I think I should. No, I don't know.
Do you have anything that could help me?
I mean...
Do I have anything that could help you?
Unlikely. You're Iron Man. Very selfish.
I don't have anything that could help you,
I don't think I have anything that will help you. I'm going to draw some cards, so maybe that'll change.
Let's roll for it. 3.
I don't know if I want higher or lower.
3.
It's another one of those rigged dice.
It's one of those sticky...
6. 1. Looks
All
like
right.
fate has it. You get the 1.
Tony's going first.
All right, let's dive in. If you're new to the game, heroes go first.
Heroes go first. We're going to play any cards, trigger any actions, use basic powers, and flip our form if we want to. Once we've all gone, everything's going to stand up. The villain's going to go. It's going to attack us if we're in hero mode. It's going to scheme if we're in alter ego mode. Then there's going to be a bad card for each of us off of the deck. And then we are going to flip it and reverse it and go back to the heroes. And we're going to do that until we win or die.
When does the setup stuff happen on the plot?
This has already happened. We dropped out the Search the Encounter deck for the thing.
You want to read that to me real quick?
There is
Just
actually
set,
this
set
thing
the stage.
too. Yep. Claw 1 and 2, Claw 3, etc. Search the Encounter deck for the Defense Network side scheme and reveal it. We've done that. Shuffle the encounter deck, advance to stage 1B. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Engage it with the first player.
Oh, that's a good reason to...
Oh, there goes your
my
business
obligation.
problems, or my business problems. Get rid of all the bad stuff. Yeah, shocker.
That's a great little thematic flip.
All right, when revealed, deal 1 damage to each hero.
We're not in hero mode.
All right.
That's important to know. See, that's the upside. I catch that, but I won't catch it later when it says hero action.
That's something we've learned, yeah, more and more. If it says hero, you got to be in a hero, and anytime something attacks you, you have to be in hero mode too, because only heroes can be attacked.
That's right. Like Vulture came out and attacked Spider-Man, but if you're in Peter Parker mode, can't attack him.
Can't attack. All right, so I get to kick this puppy off. Is that what's happening?
Yep.
Okay.
John asked, "Where's the wine, though?" And
That's a great question.
whenever Ops wants to show up with it, we're ready.
Great question. Okay. Let's start here. Things that I know that I want to do. Stark Tower, paying for with a helmet and a great responsibility.
Perfect. You get that helmet right back.
Yeah. Going to use the alter ego action, exhaust it, choose a player, and get the topmost tech upgrade, which
Now-
should be the helmet.
You may want to use that bad boy first.
Yeah, I forgot about his ability. I'm already here.
All right, you're
I did
good.
it. Let's take this action. Look at the top 3 cards in my deck. 1 to my hand and discard the others. 1 to my hand, discard the others. All right, suit time. Here we go. Let's do this for this. Do I have any other weird abilities that matter? Nope. Let's do that for that, and then that for that, and then I can hold 1.
That's fine. You don't
That's
have to
fine.
get max out of every
Rocket Boots.
rocket boost.
Pay for it with a Repulsor Blast. Then we'll do
Looking good, Iron Man.
a helmet with an arc reactor,
He does look cool.
and then I will hold on
All right.
to this
So
card.
you're looking like next turn you're going to get to your 3rd or 4th upgrade.
Yeah, I think I'll be in a good spot
All right, great.
next turn.
You ready to rumble for me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's kick things off.
Well, hold on. I should go into. Well, it's that dang hand size. Hand size would be 3. That's not at all what I want.
No, you can't do that.
So Soccer's just gonna scheme.
How many Wakanda Forevers are in my deck? 5?
5.
All right.
1 was mulliganed, yeah.
Yep. I got to be careful. But it doesn't matter right now.
Doesn't matter too much.
Let's do this. I'm going to pay 4.
I'm gonna do this also. Oh, it's got to be a hero. Ah!
Yep.
It's so painful. You just got to sit here and build, don't you?
Yep. You just got to wait. We'll get there.
Yeah. All right.
All right. I'm going to pay 4 for a Nick Fury. When I play him, I'm going to draw 3 cards.
Classic Nick.
Yep. All right.
I saw some people asking if this was a 4-player playmat. Are you safe? Are you comfortable saying that it is not?
Yes.
It's like not even close. It's almost just enough for the game. Like we're sneaking stuff on here, but like really this is way more comfortable being off the mat.
Yeah. It's not even. It's barely a 1-player mat. Is that what you just said? I was focused on my cards.
Yeah. No, actually solo it would be perfect because the action's out here and all of your stuff is here. 2 players is about as far as you could stretch it, I think.
Let's go. I'm going to pay 3 for a Helicarrier.
You just drop an Avengers Mansion. Look at you.
I
Really bold.
chose Nick Fury because he gave me 3 cards immediately.
Yeah. That's not ramping.
And I'm going to go
I'll let you
here.
know that.
I'm going to discard 1 to play the claws.
Oh,
And then
foregoing tactical genius, huh?
Nick Fury will thwart 2 off of here.
You're just gonna deal with.
Panther's going to flip over.
Let me get wrecked by the shocker.
He's going to... I can block for you with Nick Fury. Thwart here. Get rid of that.
It's just gonna scheme though. See ya.
I just wanted to get it out of here before.
Yeah, look at that.
mattered.
Oof.
And that'll be the end of my round.
It's feeling strong.
So we ready? Everything?
Everything stands up, and we draw up 3.
All right.
5, 6. Oh, it's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's just. Would you look at that?
Would you look at it?
Would you look at it?
And I do a damage to Nick when he thwarted.
Okay. Now we go to the bad cards. Place threat on the main scheme. This little symbol on the it says +1 per person. It starts at 0, so we're going to add 2 threat. And I think underground distribution is something the cops are very interested in.
Yes, indeed.
So let's throw the police one in there. Then let's go to the attack phase. So I'm the first player. Rhino is going to come looking at me. Because I'm an alter ego, I'm going to use the scheme value instead of the attack value, and he's going to scheme. So that's 1 scheme. And I always, when the hero is doing this kind of stuff, I reveal 1 boost card. So here we go. 1 plus, little symbol down in the bottom right, 1. So that's a 2 scheme. So let's put 2 more police tapes on there.
All right.
And then Shocker is going to do the same. Minions do not get a boost card, so it's a static 1 that is being added there.
And that has to get to 12 before it flips over.
It gets to 12. 6 per player in the top left corner here. And then over to you. So Rhino is going to attack. It's a 2 attack. And go ahead and draw your boost card there, Zach. Are you want any defenders?
I'm going to block with Nick Fury. Draw the boost card. It's a special.
Uh-oh.
Deal 1 damage to each character I control.
All right.
1 to Nick. That's perfect at 1
Boy,
damage.
that could blow out a defender at some point
Yeah.
and be really devastating.
So he just hits Nick Fury for 2.
Yep.
So Nick's going to go away. He was going to go away at the end of the round anyway.
Also, Nick would soak any of that damage. So if Rhino did 25, Nick would soak it all, and Zach would take 0. Your Retaliate, I believe, still triggers. That's one thing that we're not sure of, because technically you're still being attacked.
They were saying it does work.
It does work. Okay,
Yep.
so let's do 1 to Rhino.
I got to remember that.
Get
Man,
him into...
another trigger for me to remember. This is not my character.
I'm playing Iron Man. You think
Yeah.
that's my cup of tea? And then we go to the bad cards. So starting with the first one.
So we each get dealt a card?
Yeah.
What's yours
Concussive
do?
blasters attached to the villain. They gain Retaliate 1. We can exhaust and spend 2 energy to discard the card.
Yikes.
Ugh.
Okay, and then mine
Yep.
is hard to keep down. When revealed, Rhino heals 4 damage. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains surge. That's perfect. He
It
heals
heals
1.
1. Nice. Beautiful.
Got him.
Beautiful. Okay. And now we go back up to the top. I passed the first player token over to you. You're a left side loader, aren't you? That's interesting.
Yep, top
I always
left.
do right. I do bottom right.
I also hold my cards backwards.
So you're saying I'm right.
I'm not saying I'm wrong.
All right, first player, let's see it.
Yeah. All right.
You do have 1 tech upgrade, I think, in the Black Panther pool.
Let's see if I already discarded it.
I mean, I'm not going to give it to you yet, but it is possible that... Are Panthers? Nope.
No.
No techs? There's one. It's weird, though. It's not something you're particularly excited about.
I just found a really good reason why I should have cared about my energy earlier.
Okay. The Hulk man.
The Hulk time. How likely you're not going to play an ally this turn, so Hulk's clear and free to go. Let's do it. I'm playing the Hulk Maniac. Let's go.
Cool. Wow. Interesting.
Okay, so I can do this in any order. I'm going to use the Hulk now, and he's going to attack.
You may as well see what the result of this is ultimately.
Can you explain a rule to me?
Yeah.
So Tigra has a response after she attacks and defeats a minion to heal a damage from her.
Mm-hmm.
Does that include the damage she takes from the attack? We worked that out last time. I just
Consequential
forgot.
damage is the very last thing that
So
happens.
I would heal and then I would take a damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's irrelevant.
I believe that's right. I'm about 95% on that one. Chat will definitely let us know.
All right, let's do this because I know it's going to work out either way. Hulk is going to attack Rhino. So he's going to do 1 damage to himself. And then I'm going to do 3 damage to Rhino. Then, after he attacks, I flip over the top card of my deck. Print a resource is a physical, so I get to do 2 damage to any enemy I want. So I'll do 2 to Shocker.
Oh, that's the good one.
That is the best one. It couldn't have gone better.
2 damage to Shocker. Wow, look at you. What a nice guy.
And then, do you have a way of dealing with him, or should I?
Let me think for a second. I have a way of dealing with him.
Okay. So then I'm going to use my discount. I'm going to use Genius. I'm going to play a Tigra. After she attacks and defeats a minion, I can heal the damage. So technically, I could defeat him for you. It wouldn't matter. It doesn't trigger my ability or anything.
I have a good way of doing it.
So I'm just going to attack
super
Rhino
solid.
for 2. So 1, 2. And then Black Panther, we'll go ahead and scheme for 2. Now, are you going to stay?
I'm going to be in hero mode.
Great. I'm going to flip back to alter ego mode to get a bigger hand size going next round.
Okay. All right. So you...
Oh, yeah, retaliate. So Hulk takes the damage.
Mm-hmm.
So does
The
Tiger.
Tiger as well. And she didn't defeat a minion then, did she?
No.
Now, that technically means that if she can defeat a minion every time she attacks forevermore, she'll stay at 2 damage.
Unless Hulk kills her.
Unless Hulk kills her. Chances are high. Chances are high.
We didn't have this goes. He's a Hulk maniac.
Okay. Now, I have a 4 Justice play, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to start with Stark Tower. It's going to get the topmost tech, which is Arc React, which is the only tech in my discard pile. Then, basically, my goal here is to
grabbed it.
do this. So let's do... I'm going to pay for Pepper Potts.
She's so good.
I'm going to use a Repulsor Blast and a Genius to get
Clever.
that 2 resource on top.
How good is Pepper Potts?
Oof.
She the best,
She
though.
only cost me 1 that turn. Exhaust to generate 2 resources for an Arc Reactor.
Yes, we can.
Then I'll do a 4 Justice, or Power of Justice and 4 Justice. Now, if I played this, I could remove 4 from a scheme, but my helmet's already going to remove 1, so I'm not getting max value out of it, and instead I can use it to play the Powered Gauntlets.
I'm down with that.
So that's my thinking on all of that.
Yep. And you're about to flip over and do some serious work.
About to flip over and go full-on Iron Boy.
Iron Boy.
Okay, so let's start with Powered Gauntlets.
Right.
I don't have any resources to go aerial, so I'll do 1 damage here. Killing Shocker. That was easy. Phew, see ya. I don't exhaust this to fly, so that doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and exhaust here to remove 1 threat from a scheme.
Okay.
So your underground
Seems good.
distribution is seen through. Then I've got essentially 2 readies for Iron Man, so I'm going to do a 2 thwart here.
Perfect.
I'm going to ready Iron Man. And then the real question is, do I want to do a 1-for-1 trade with Rhino here on the 1 attack? I suppose I have nothing to lose, right?
I think we're in a position where it makes sense.
All right, so let's do a 1 attack. I got to tell you, having felt on the back of these boards on like a wooden surface
table?
like this
Yeah.
makes it super nice. So you did 1 there, is that right? And I'll take 1 damage for Retaliate.
Yep. I took the 1 off. Question coming. You're just not getting used to Iron Man, but do you enjoy the discard pile handling with Iron Man? TCG rollout has mixed feelings about it.
Yeah, it's like thematically, it's fine. I think, digging through scraps and kind of feeling like you're, in a workshop trying to figure out how to piece all this together works a lot. As a player, it's not my immediate strategy.
Go-to style.
I would typically shy away from things that filter. And I guess actually I forgot to use Tony's ability, didn't I? I'm just gonna eat that one. Because I always think I have to exhaust for
You
it.
used all your cards, so I don't think it could have gotten much better.
Yeah, I'd have 1, and it'd be doing nothing probably. Okay, well, yeah. So I don't go for the big combo-y chain out these spreadsheet kind of decks. I just like to play very upfront and ultimately kind of aggressive. I like making good trades with what I have. I don't like to think about. I like to think about as little as I have to during a game, and then what I do think about, I want to think about very well.
Well, you like a bunch of little good choices and not like string together the mega turn to do a whole bunch of stuff.
But I also, you would think that would make me love the discard pile stuff. Like, oh, I gain a little, but...
It's different. I mean, it's just a bunch of complexity.
You know what it is?
Playing on 6 cards
I
is
just like to play by the rules.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? The discard pile is where cards go when they're of no use to me. I don't like to have to think about it as a second hand or whatever. But it's fine, because Iron Man's blasting away. Let's stand everything up.
All right, and then draw back to hand size.
I mean, I'm kind of set here, aren't I? Now remember, we did have the sweet tricks of keeping a rocket boot around to use as the mental resource
100%.
to power the other rocket boot.
Yes, indeed.
So that's very relevant. Oh, and I've got a max hand size of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So max hand size of 5, huh?
My hand is wild.
Good? You got like 5 Wakanda Forever?
I just got a hand, I'll say that.
All right, let's do the bad stuff, shall we?
All right. So starting with me, I'm in alter ego mode. So we put the threat down, so 2 threat.
Let's get the police back involved.
That's right.
And then Rhino's going to come to you.
He's a scheming
Scheme for 1.
for 1 and a boost of 2, so he schemes for 3.
Ugh, that's a good scheme. Let's keep the police trend going.
So this is actually interesting as well, because we're using the claw deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Rhino is getting the benefits from claw.
Is that true? Are we doing that?
I mean, we picked the claw scheme, right?
Yeah, I guess we did. That's cool.
Or is this the Rhino deck?
No, this is the Rhino deck.
Yeah, it's got hard to keep down.
Yeah, we did the Rhino
Yeah,
deck.
okay, cool.
This is
Got
from
it.
the under attack
That
that's
makes sense.
added that is usually with
I'm
I
flipped
think, the claw
upside
deck.
down. I'm with it, though.
All right, and then Rhino's going to attack me. It's a 3 attack
With a
because
boost.
of the concussion blasters.
Do you need a blocker? I feel like you do.
I mean, what am I at? I've got 9, 10 hit points.
I have a Tigra that is probably going to get eaten alive.
Yeah,
by
let's
Hulk.
do that.
She's going to step in the way.
Now, I also think that your retaliate will trigger off of that if you
I'm
were in
not
Black
in
Panther
retaliate.
mode. But ooh, thanks.
Ooh.
6 damage avoided. Wow,
Yep, you're welcome. Aggression over here playing the Protector.
that was great. That's like a single decision that could have turned the entire game right there.
Yep.
Can you imagine if I just had 7 damage on me? I'd be thinking a lot differently.
Yeah. Well, what's your health even?
It's at 9 right now, plus
Yeah,
1, so 10.
that's like 2 bad cards away from dying. If we flip 2 damage here, it's going to be hilarious.
So
I get the first card.
I'll get the second card.
Attached to Rhino. Force interrupt. When Rhino attacks, the attack gains overkill. Excess damage to an ally from an attack is dealt to the ally's controller.
What's that called?
At the end, charge.
Charge.
At the end of this attack, discard charge, and it gives +3 attack.
So there's 1 attack
Plus
that's
3
+3 with overkill.
and overkill.
I've never seen that in Rhino before.
Me neither, but here we are.
So he's swinging for 6, and it's got overkill?
Yeah.
Huh. Can you imagine if he got that with the +3? He's swinging for 9, and he blows through whatever minion you've got?
Yep.
That's awesome. He actually is kind of scary now.
That's the first time
he's
I've
never
felt
been that
Rhino
scary.
as scary, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, no use fretting, right? We should just take care of it. Attached to Rhino. So we got charge in his suit. When any amount of damage will be dealt to Rhino, place it here instead. Once there's 5 damage here, discard the suit. So it's
Come
a 5
on.
damage soak. This is the most interesting Rhino encounter we've ever had.
Easily, and we're not doing anything interesting about it. We're just playing it.
All right, pass the first player, would you?
It's all you,
Thanks.
Iron Man.
Thanks, homie. Did I screw this up?
Probably.
I did. I could have left that 2 on top.
It wouldn't be a 2. It's only a 2 when you play it.
No, I'm talking about this one. If this was the last thing I had done in the turn and then used pepper pots, then it would still be on the top.
You can still Iron Man right now if you flip over to Tony.
Yeah, that's what I just mean. Like, in the grand scheme of Iron Man, if you're going to play the double resource for pepper, it should be the absolute last thing that you do, so you can come through next turn and it's already on
if
top.
you're going to use Pepper to play a card that's going to stay in play. Because if you use Pepper to play a card that goes to the discard pile, that's the card that's going to be on top.
Right on. Yeah, but like if you're putting your suit out, you may as
100%.
well keep that double around. So there's lots of efficiencies to be gained.
By the way, apparently there's 2 charges in the deck. So if you hit them both at the same time, it's +6.
That's cool.
With Overkill.
I can't believe I haven't seen that before.
That's why, I mean, we're on like game like 14 or 15 and still just seeing cards. I don't think we've ever seen charge, period.
Okay, let's do this. Let's see if we did this and this. Okay. And I would have to go, I want to stay in super mode, man.
All right, you get it. Be wary, you will get attacked with the charge.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm fully ready for that either.
I don't know that either of us are, truthfully. Hulk's ready, though.
Okay, hold on. This will take some thinking.
If you have any questions while we're playing, feel free to ask them.
I needed to do that top resource correctly. Dang it. Okay, how about this? And then this? Are you going to hero mode or not?
I probably will.
You think you'll defend against that charge? You got a 2. You
I'll defend with Hulk if he's out.
Throw a Hulk through there, so 3 plus whatever's coming through.
Because will the overkill go to me or you if I block for you?
What does it say? Excess damage is dealt to that ally's controller.
So I could take that hit for you, but I would need you to take my hit for me.
I could also take one more build turn. I could do a little bit of both, actually. That's probably the best move here. So let me do it like this then. Let me do...
Bob asking about indirect damage. So indirect damage being dealt is basically whoever the damage is being dealt to gets to decide where that damage goes. So if you get 3 indirect damage, like now, I could put it on T'Challa or Hulk. So I just get a pick, and it doesn't have to all be to the same target. A couple can go to T'Challa, and a couple can go to Hulk. Naholov asking, are there any heroes that are just obviously better or worse than the others? I don't think so. I think they're all pretty good, and they have different takes on how to play the game. I definitely think there's some aspect hero pairings that are better than others, but the more we play, the more I'm feeling like pretty much every combination is valid. I think someone like Captain Marvel, who's really reliant on the energy resource, really that needs to play one of the 2 aspects right now that are heavy on that resource. But there's really very few limitations, I think, out of the core set.
Okay. This is the question, isn't it?
Guillermo asking if we've confirmed campaign is going to be similar to this. No, not at all. We have no idea what the campaign is going to be like. But it seems like we have a long time before we will know, so we're kind of exploring other ways to play the game.
Okay, here's how this is going to go, Zach.
All right, hit me with it.
We're going to start with 2 energy and exhausting to discard concussion blasters.
All right, I like where we're going.
We're going to exhaust here to stand back up.
This is helpful.
Yep. We're going to do a 4 justice with surveillance team and Daredevil. I paid for it with a mental resource to remove 4 from the scheme.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. We'll keep that rolling. Then we're going to continue to use these.
I was like, hey, hold on.
Remove 1 threat with the helmet. Cleared that boy up. I'm not aerial, so 1 damage without retaliate onto the suit. Thank you. And then that's all normal. So then I'm going to flip.
No, you can still use Tony again.
Oh, right on.
Or Iron Man.
I may as well. I don't need to recover, do I? We'll do one more to...
And is Retaliate gone?
Retaliate's gone.
All right, great.
Got rid of it. Then we'll flip over to Tony. I will forever think that this takes an exhaustion to use. Look at the top 3 cards.
So this could be Money in the Bank. You also have Stark Tower, so that's going to make it where you can play something.
Add 1 to your hand and discard the others. This one to my hand. I don't suppose it matters. Doesn't much matter at all, does it? To my hand.
The only thing that matters is this lets you get a tech back.
Yeah. But they're going to the discard anyway.
Well,
so.
like if you were keeping a tech in your hand, you could technically discard the tech, keep a different card, then get the tech back to play.
Yeah, I've already got one though.
Cool.
Got one that's coming in. I don't think we need this or this. So I'll discard these 2. Hold on to this one. Then we'll start tower for the 2nd tech. Powered gauntlets. Then we will generate 1 resource, 2 resources for a powered gauntlets.
Nice. That's a pretty solid
And then I'll be able to grab this one next turn, I think,
also in your discard.
and get it into play. Thank you. That actually would have been the 3 down. I guess it kind of matters for Iron Man. All right, and that'll be that. I think I got all the value I could out of that turn.
All right, mine. Let's
Mine.
see. Mine.
I'm definitely going to do this like a suit.
Let's go
Just bear with me.
-1
This is important.
and 1 to play. Wait, no, back it up. I have some things to do first. Hulk's coming in.
Yeah, let's see what Hulk
yeah,
does.
Hulk is going to attack, and so he'll do 3, which will get rid of this.
Nice.
And then I flip a card.
Yeah.
Got the lightning. Deal 1 damage to each character.
Oh.
So
That's not bad.
Going to hit Rhino and T'Challa.
Does it say character or hero?
Deal 1 damage to each character.
I think I would still take it then,
Yeah,
right? I'm
yeah.
a character. Hulk doesn't care that I'm Tony Stark.
Hulk's
He also
also-
is batting Tony Stark around.
Yeah, that's right. Hulk's also takes 1, so he's almost gone now.
You did 1 to Rhino?
I did 1 to Rhino, yep.
Random.
Then I will... discard and reduce by 1 to play Shuri,
Dude, you're discarding those.
which
yeah,
is going to let me
okay.
get this back. Then...
That's searching your deck for an upgrade.
Oh, I think I searched deck or discard pile.
You gonna use those energy daggers like that?
I don't know. We don't have a lot of...
You ever Black Panthered, bro?
no. All right.
You've got 4 tasks.
There's none in here.
Awesome.
Sweet. Thanks, Shuri. I thought it was discard pile.
Why don't you not? I mean, if you knew you have energy daggers in your hand, you know that Shuri's not going to search anything, right?
Yeah,
So do you
that's
wanna-
just a bad play.
Let's just not do that.
All right. Let's retreat.
Why is the Golden City over there in the discard pile? Did you discard that?
That's the card is flipped with Hulk.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. So let's reduce and use this to go here. And
Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about.
I need 1 more build turn. So I'm not going to take this punch either, but I'll be first player next time, so I can take the punch. So
Okay.
I'm just going to recover, take the damage off.
Cool.
And we're on 0 scheme, and I think we have ways of dealing with that now that you're all Iron Man'd out. So, and I'm going to hold 4 cards. in
Holding
my
4
hand.
cards. Now, this is unheard of. I would probably write directly in the strategy guide that you should never end the turn with more than 1 card.
If you had 3 Wakanda Forevers in your hand, would you think any differently?
That's a good question. Because,
Yeah.
like, 2 of those could turn into the claws, which gets a second use out of that last Wakanda Forever, right?
But like next round, I'm going to get a 3rd upgrade and play 3 Wakanda Forever.
That's pretty good. I would do that. Maybe Black Panther is the one where you just hold them. I've never done that. So
I
let's
just
find
felt
out.
like it.
Let's find out.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, I'm going to draw back up.
All right, me too. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hand size. So that's beautiful. 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have liftoff.
All right, so you're the first player?
The first player, let's go ahead and add 2 threat, as is customary. And then let's take some bad stuff. So I'm first player. I'm going to get schemed against because I'm in alter ego Tony Stark mode. So that's a 1 scheme value. There's nothing currently that's boosting that scheme. We're going to give 1 boost card, as is also customary, for a +2. So that's 3 scheme.
Okay.
Coming in hot. 1, 2, and 3. And then, Zach, over to you. You're also going to get schemed.
Here comes the boost. Nothing.
All
so you're scheme
right.
for 1?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm feeling
Police
pretty
are
good about this round.
involved in this one. We're giving them the time they need to really crack the case.
That's right.
It's truly.
The great heroes that we are.
And then we get the bad cards. I'll start it off. Here's one for you.
Thank
Pick
you.
that one for you.
Appreciate it.
Master plan. Place 4 threat on each side scheme. If there are no side schemes, discard until you reveal 1.
This could be bad. This is really bad for us, actually.
Them going through the deck this fast?
Yeah, it's gonna be very
it's
bad.
not good at all. Permanent acceleration going through to the next scenarios is going to be a real problem.
Is a pain point.
Don't worry, I'll just keep doing it. There it is.
There it is. My lord.
2 per player, so let's go 4 here. Crowd control. I think crowd control says bullets to me. It's kind of a sick dark statement. Panic civilians crowd the area. It's difficult to confront Rhino without putting them at risk. Get the people to safety. Crisis icon, we cannot remove threat from the main scheme while this boy is out.
Okay.
It's not terrible.
The card I have is I'm Tough. When revealed, give Rhino a Tough status token. If Tough isn't given to him, it gains Surge. So I'm going to do that. So next time we take damage, we'll move that instead.
So that's not, well, that discard was terrible.
That discard was
That's problematic.
immaculately terrible. Yeah, I couldn't have pictured a worse moment for us.
Couldn't have pictured a worse moment.
No, give me that. What aspect are you playing these days?
I'm playing Justice. I got threat unlocked, don't worry.
You didn't put any of that pay 1, heal 2 off of character, did you?
No. No way.
Okay.
I would never do that.
Him having charge makes me, I would save Hulk for defense, but I don't think I'm going to. All right. Let's do this. I'm going to play Vibranium to play my daggers. Let's go. Here comes. No, I can't waste Hulk on that. I want to flip over. Hulk's too good to just waste like that.
Are you taking the turn? Is this happening now?
Oh yeah, I'm going.
You need to take damage so that you can hit your energy daggers. Doesn't that heal? Oh no, wait. You don't have the healing one. Oh, you do. The vibranium. Move 1 damage. You need to get some damage on you. How do we do that?
I don't know. I'm about to have all the damage I can ask for.
How do we get damage on you? Hulk.
Hulk is the way.
Hulk.
All right, let's do. Well, he's got the tough. I want to just poke him. So let's Black Panther attack.
Right.
To remove the tough.
That's a decent poke there.
Then Hulk's gonna smash. So 1. He's doing 3 total. So we're gonna put 8 back.
Like a pinata.
And Hulk's flipping. And what I really want here is the lightning bolt, or
the wild, right?
It's the wild is everything.
That wouldn't be bad because he's going away anyway.
It's gonna be okay. I got the physical, so I
Okay,
just do 2
that's not
extra
bad.
damage, and it has to be 2. Why would I not just do it there? Damage myself so I can move it over. It
Yeah,
doesn't
not
matter.
exactly ideal. And then he's dead, right? The consequential.
Hulk smashed. All right, then we're gonna play Wakanda Forever. So I can't move any damage. That's a bummer.
That's a real bummer.
This is gonna do 1 damage,
I should have left that retaliate on.
and then this is going to, because it's the final in the chain, do 4 damage.
Nice.
And then for my next trick, I will discard and do the same thing all over again. So 1, and then I got 4 more coming.
So you got 6. Dude, we're working through this.
Now, one way to not deal with this is to kill Rhino right now.
Yeah, that's true. You almost said kill Iron Man. I got a little spooked.
You defeat him. So
What?
to speak. Yeah, not that. It's way too early for that.
Are we playing Civil War again?
So then I will pass and hope that you can do 6. Do 6, please.
I can definitely do 6.
All right.
I just need to decide if that's the best way to do 6. All right, let's start out with a... Let's start out with a Stark Tower, getting Mark V back.
Okay.
Then let's see if there's any fancy things that I can do to each enemy. That could be 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can do 6 in a fun way. Okay,
That's why we're here, right?
It's the hero action. So I'm going to save this card for that. Then I'm going to go here for... That's the question. Do I do the armor? Awesome. Okay.
I mean, the armor is...
I don't
have
need
a hand
that.
size of 7 over on Iron Man's side.
Yeah.
You never need to be Tony ever again.
So this would be...
It's the dream.
Okay. So then this makes sense. I could do 1, 2, 3... Go there. And then the question becomes, what do I draw?
Do you want to filter first with Tony?
Yes.
You forget about that ability?
Yes, thank you. How does anybody remember these things? Okay.
So it's a free card, and then you get to put stuff over in the discard. Hopefully you get a 2 to put on top.
Wouldn't that be
for old
nice?
Pepper.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't it be nice?
We don't have any minions out, do we?
Nope. Rhino's not heavy on the minions. He's kind of his own thing.
Okay, I'll discard 2 things there. and then this, and then this, and then this, and then this. All right, I think I've got it.
A lot of things going on here.
Let's do an Avengers Mansion.
All right.
Gonna pay for it with an emergency, a great responsibility, a supersonic punch, and a war machine. So
All
we
right.
got the wild on top, just in case. We're gonna use this to draw a card.
You're almost through your deck.
See, I didn't even need it because I drew into that double. Here's where this matters, though. So I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do Mark V armor. It's gonna cost me 3, and I think I could technically do 2, 3, 4. Technically, I'm not in the mood to
It doesn't matter
work through
either
that.
way, yeah. So Iron Man is fully built here. The only thing you're missing is one of your
armor.
rocket boots, but we kind of like recurring that bad boy.
And we're about to do it. We're going
All
to
right.
flip to
It's
Tony,
flying
or
time.
flip to Iron Man. We're going to discard rocket boots for the aerial resource for rocket boots' ability. So I'm now flying. I'm going to do 2 damage because I have the aerial trait. 2 damage because I have the aerial trait. So go ahead and do
And you already did this?
4 there. I already did Stark Tower, yeah, at the beginning. Then I'll swing 1 for Iron Man, stand up, swing 1 again.
And Rhino is defeated, so we have to make some decisions here. He's gone. Scheme's going to stay in place. This is crowd control is technically Rhino.
I leave it. I say we leave it. I think
say we leave it
all
too.
side schemes.
So I'm going to remove Rhino and the attachment. I'm going to go through and grab all the standard and expert cards.
Do we technically know that Rhino 2 is not coming out?
We don't.
So let's go ahead and see who's coming out, and then
All right.
we'll figure it out.
If it's Rhino, we just carry on.
Yeah.
It's Ultron.
All right.
Stage 2 Ultron.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab all the standard and expert cards out. This may seem a little convoluted. It is.
So here's Ultron's deck.
And we need to grab our obligations as well.
And then I'm going to see if there's any... I think we'll probably just need to put the Ultron drones thing into play.
The environment, yep.
Yeah. Top card of their deck into play, face down, engaged. With this, replacing threat here during step 2 of the villain phase. Yep.
It's a claw card.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to get the environment out. The Ultron drones, because we know how this works.
You're going to need all these.
And then shuffle. This is the Ultron deck, and then here are the schemes that I don't need.
Here are the Rhino cards.
Thanks.
And here are the cards we need with the Ultron deck.
Throw Ultron into that boy.
Yep.
And then Ultron deck is here. Okay, so this is the first test
This goes in the claw deck for some reason as well.
of the transition.
All right, so Ultron, when he attacks, put the top card of your deck into play, face down, engage with you as a drone minion. Till the end of this attack, Ultron gets +1 attack for each drone minion engaged with you. We also have the Ultron drones environment. Each face down drone minion engaged with a player has a base scheme of 1, an attack of 1, and base hit points of 1. Force response after a face down drone minion is defeated, place that card in its owner's discard pile.
Yeah.
So the drones come out as top cards of our decks face down.
You know what's interesting is this actually prevents... You know what we should do to just keep it honest? We should count up how many encounter cards were left in the deck whenever we did the swap, and then swap in at that number. Because that's going to keep us from ever hitting those permanent accelerations, because we'll never run out of the encounter deck if we keep cycling.
So
You want to do that? Like, it was like about that?
Sure.
Is that fair?
Everything else is discarded.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll get that. Boom. Discarded.
We
Don't
did it.
need it.
And I'm going to set the health here. It's going to be 44. And you're mid-turn still, technically.
I'm mid-turn. Okay, so Ultron 2 comes in. When he attacks, we'll get a drone. We've got crowd control left over from Rhino, so that's fair. Whenever it's gone, I think we'll just set it out of the game because it's a Rhino card. And then I've still got my turn to take.
Do you have a helmet? What's your helmet do?
It's the -1 from each scheme, but I can't remove because of Crisis. So
Bummer.
let's just remove 1 with the helmet. I've used all of Iron Man, and that's it.
All right, great. I'm glad neither of us took a big ol' attack.
We didn't take that charge, did we? We said no.
It's like, how
We
about
said
no?
no right to that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. I'm going to take an extra encounter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this gets shuffled, which actually means my Rocket Boots is going away, which is a bummer.
Yes,
so I need to draw 2. Can you hand me an encounter card extra?
For you.
The world.
The world. All right, so we're gonna put threat over here. We got 1 per player. So now we're at 8 out of 12. And then Ultron's gonna engage with me first because I'm the first player. I'm in hero mode, so he's gonna attack. When he attacks me, we get a drone. He also gets +1 for this attack because I now have a drone engaged with me.
That's right. So 3 plus
1. So he's gonna hit me for 4.
Wow, you just took that, huh?
I needed a little bit of damage.
Oh, right. Yeah, you got to start passing.
Got to charge up
the buck over.
And then retaliate 1. So he'll take 1. And then each minion actually engaged with me attacks. So immediately the drone's going to attack me for 1. So I will take 1, but I will also retaliate against the drone, and it will go away.
Don't you love that?
Yeah, I sure do.
Man, this Mark V armor, it gives me like, it gives me the feeling of, I don't know, you didn't play much in the RTS realm. Did you like the Warcraft and Starcraft thing?
Nope.
It's so satisfying whenever you hit those upgrades, whenever you're like, I've improved my rifles. It's like, all my Marines are better.
Yep. That's cool.
That's the way this Mark V makes you feel. I always used to get the Berserker upgrade on axe throwers in Warcraft 2, and it was not ever worth it. But I loved the art so much, and they had the longer tusks. It was great. There's at least one person that will know exactly what I'm talking about. It gave them regeneration, but it was like 1 hit point every 60 seconds or something. It was just
not
nothing.
nearly enough to really matter.
So yeah, so you thought that it was cool, but then it never actually panned out.
Yeah. It reminds me, what I have played from RTS games is I always, for some reason, enjoyed building walls.
Tower defense?
No, you know, like you're playing on a map, and like everyone's trying to build an army in advance, and then they fight each other throughout the, you know.
Building wall? Like, is this
like literally build...
It's not tower defense? Were you building the towers?
No, I mean...
Command and Conquer?
What's it called?
I don't know what the... What do you say?
Oh, turtling. So like building... Oh, when you were playing RTSs.
Yeah.
Oh, you were the guy that just built all the towers.
It never worked.
Yeah, no. We've got things that are outside of tower range. You got to bring them. The reavers and stuff.
I'm aware. Yeah. I'm painfully aware.
So you're a turtler. That's unexpected. That's really unexpected. I learn something new every day.
Either that or Leroy Jenkins. It's like I start attacking you from literally moment 1 of the game.
Those are 2 very different strategies.
Like, build the thing to pump the soldiers out and just keep sending them the whole time.
That's a cool one. All right, Ultron 2 plus he's attacking me, so I have a drone. And then it's a 3 plus a thing. Do I want to defend? No, I've got hit points in different area codes right now. So we have exhaust each ally I control.
Joke's on you, Melter.
Don't have any Melter. Get out of here.
We also learned that Masters of Evil is in his deck.
So yeah, that's true. So 2 plus 0 is 2. Is that right?
Seems all right. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right.
Up to 4, and then drone will attack me for 1, so I'll take 1 more.
Perfect. My daggers are going to come in and clean house over there.
Yeah, unless you wanted to defend against this and just retaliate it away.
Nope. We're good. All right, I'm going to take my bag card. Here's yours.
And then I get one.
You get a second bag card.
Yeah.
Oh, great. When revealed the villain schemes. So go ahead and put 2 threat over there.
That's not terrible, I guess. Do
mean,
they boost it, right?
No, that's just a... yeah, he would.
Every time the villain schemes, I think you boost it.
No boosting.
All right,
so just 2 tokens.
Never lies.
And we're only 2 away from that being completed.
Yeah. We need to do something about that.
Yeah, well, that's what our next round is going to have to look like.
I've got 2 cards coming in here. So first is the one that I drew first.
Well, he schemes the next one for the... I don't have a drone in play. And that's only when he attacks.
All right.
Did you take 1 for the drone?
I took 3. No, I didn't. I'm going to take 1 extra.
Live chat, keeping us...
thanks.
Keeping us honest.
Scheme of 1, base hits, defeated. Yeah, it's just +1 attack, okay. Okay, Rage of Ultron. When revealed, hero Ultron attacks, you discard the top card of your deck for each damage dealt by this attack. That is devastatingly good.
I don't know, you have your go get your discard pile stuff out.
Yeah, but he's going to drop a drone on me, and then he's going to be at 4 damage, and then he's going to discard for each damage. So I don't block this. You don't block this, probably.
Well, hold on,
right?
hold on. You only have... Oh, you have +6 health?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. Just take it.
I'm at 7 plus 9, so 16.
I think you're fine.
And so unless he does 10 here, which I guess is possible. 2, 3, 4. Nothing.
But we do get a permanent advance token,
Let me
or
take my
whatever it's
4,
called,
like it.
acceleration token.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that. See, this is good. This is accelerating nicely into something that I'm scared of.
Yeah, and I mean, we have a lot going, but
I'm going to go ahead and put the city into play here, too, because I think that it's one of the more beautiful tokens that exists. All right, Zach. City's on the line, brother. And then I've got one more bad card.
okay.
Discard that boy. I guess that would have been in the deck. You can't shuffle that again.
I don't know. It was kind of resolving as it happened. It's fine.
Yeah, maybe not.
It's actually maybe worse for us if it stays in the discard pile. But oh my word!
I've just got to do that.
Yeah, you just flip over.
Business problems.
That's actually great because you also have the ready card, so you can flip over.
And then I can, get
rid of it.
Exactly. Yeah. This is not a problem at all. I don't have business problems.
Yeah, and then you can use his ability to get a card.
Remove this from the game. You're out of here.
It's actually almost worth having an extra card in the deck. But it's fine.
Did we do everything?
I think so.
All the bad cards are done. You passed the first player. I don't get
to
to
you.
stand up, which is a forever problem.
All I have to
Here's my
say is
hand.
don't worry about those drones. You know what I mean?
Okay, I will not worry about the drones. Oh yeah, because you have that little
Black Panther's ready to go?
forever,
How long?
forever.
That's right. I'm glad you played along there. Could have really been left hanging.
Yeah.
Hey, do you ever get the feeling? I'm going to start wearing shorts to these things. It's cold here finally.
I'm wearing shorts.
I was really... makes sense. Smart
Checking
guy
it out,
right here. Just verifying you weren't, not just joshing me. But I
Oh,
finally
I
was
was
able
supposed to discard. Hold on.
to wear my...
Took 4 damage, right?
as it's fondly called my grandma sweater. Perfect.
Top card is
Look how excited he
energy.
is,
Pepper
right?
Pot says what?
But I finally wearing my grandma sweater again today because it's cold.
Yeah.
It was like in the 50s this morning.
I'm burning up, and I don't have
But in
half a
here,
leg.
it's literally it's melter zone. Can't even see either of these lights.
Okay, we're going to have to make a lot of decisions. So first of all, I can use Tony's ability even though I'm sitting down. So I think I always wait. I don't want to
There
scrape
it
the
is.
discard pile. Yeah, you're right.
Easy,
You're right.
easy.
You're right. Okay. Then we got to think. We got to think then. No, we.
It's a good thing to do.
Are you planning to thwart at all?
We need...
I am. I'm planning to thwart. Okay, hold on. I've got that. Don't
Just
you
got to
worry.
remove one.
Okay, let's do it like this. Start with Avengers Mansion. Boom.
Yep.
Draw.
You're going to have a mega turn.
Yes.
Did you discard any attack that you can maybe get back?
I have not. And I don't have any in my hand. That's kind of what I was looking for.
Let me see if I have any. You said I had
I
one
don't
in my
think I
deck.
do.
Right?
War Machine's not a tech.
I haven't seen this tech card you've been telling me about.
It may only be in protection when you have like the helmet or the
vest
The
or
vest.
something?
Yeah, I think the vest is tech.
None here. Maybe it's in the last couple of cards in this deck.
All right, we got to think about this. Just give me a second.
We got a lot of health to go through on this, and then we have another version. It's rough. I don't remember either how much threat the second claw scheme can get. We got some work ahead.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do here. I know that.
All right?
Then I'm going to do this and this.
This is going to be a good turn. Aren't you Justice? Shouldn't you be controlling threat?
And I'm going to do this and this.
What are you good for,
And
Tony?
this for this. Okay. I think I'll do it like that.
All right?
That looks pretty good. So let's do, starting off, a helicarrier.
All right?
It's going to be 2 for the energy there,
Such good value.
and then an emergency.
Good for a resource.
Then we will do this boy.
I mean,
Play
it's pretty crazy once he's built.
Heroic Intuition with a Power of Justice.
All right, great.
So I'm going to get myself +1 thwart. Then we will do
You're going to be about to do some work, aren't you?
Helicarrier. I don't need to do it like that. I need to wait on that.
If you end up with a spare resource, it's cool.
I don't have. Okay, I might actually.
Just beware. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Then I'm gonna flip to hero mode.
All right.
Okay, because Stark Tower is not doing anything here. Then I'll go ahead and exhaust here to stand.
Hand size of 7 is crazy.
Now, this is a problem because I'm at 10, which is not, I got, what, 16, I think, did we decide? 17?
You're fine.
7 health? I mean, is there a chance that you're going to, can I count on you for some blocking if I get rid of some threat? You got an ally to throw into here? Or?
I am not going to have an ally.
Nope. I mean, if you block and the drone comes out.
You won't have any drones on you right after this. You're going to get 1 attack from Ultron. Odds of him doing 7 don't seem high. He'd have to get a 4 boost.
Dude, it makes me nervous. That's all I'm saying. It makes me real nervous. Okay. Let's do 3 thwart because I'm +1 for my heroic intuition.
Great.
Let's get that out of there, if you would, please.
It's gone.
Let's do -1 for this. So we'll bust that back to 9.
I got everyone.
Leave that boy up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Thank you, thank you. And I've got even more hits coming.
They just keep on coming. Them
Yeah,
wily
this
hits.
is gonna work. This is gonna work.
I like the confidence.
So then we'll do.
It's gonna be a good turn for you,
Yeah.
as long as you don't die. That would be the.
I think I'm gonna have to use this.
That's fine. I was just letting you know if you did happen to have it, it wouldn't be a problem.
Is it a big deal? I mean, how significant would it be?
It would be the difference between me playing. It's not. I mean, it's medium. I'm either
Medium
going
different?
to get. I'm either going to get +1 attack for the rest of the game,
Mm-hmm.
or attack team out, or I could do both if I had another resource. So
Okay.
attack team is worth 6 damage.
So over the course of the game, I think +1 is probably pretty good. Okay, so then I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to do it weirdly, is what I mean there. So let's exhaust rocket boots
Rocket boots.
to go. I mean, that's just 2 extra damage for a resource.
So I can do way more with a resource than 2 damage.
Yeah. Yeah. Is one threat better than 2 damage?
1 threat removed.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that then.
I mean, he's not going to scheme this round. Or maybe he will.
Maybe he will. Let's do a 4 justice.
All right.
Let's do 1, and then I'm probably just going to overpay for this to give you the helicarrier.
Couldn't you just not have the 1 extra threat?
I could. Yeah.
It's up to you.
But, I mean, that's the thing is what is it? Because then I get strength on the top. My discard pile, pepper is better next turn. I think it's fine.
All right, cool.
So let's do it like that and remove 4 threat. Oh, I guess it's not. Whoops. What you pay for
It should be.
if
Oh yeah, it goes on
if it
top.
would be.
I figured it out.
And now I can do a blaster, or I can give you a resource.
Blaster.
That kind of a blast.
Would you rather me have +1 attack for the rest of the game, or do 6 damage over the next 3 rounds with attack team? Or do whatever.
I'll just hold this and use it next turn.
All right, great.
And
Because saving
then-
cards at this point is actually pretty important.
Yeah, that's true. And then
Like not burning through is not a bad idea.
let's do 1 damage, 1 damage, because I'm not flying, unfortunately. And I think that's it.
That was a pretty solid
It's a solid one.
little turn.
It's a weird one. Call for that helicarrier when you need it.
All right, I will. You ready for me to rumble?
Yeah.
First things first, I'm the realist. Helicarrier. Wakanda forever. I will do this carefully. I'll do 1 damage to everything engaged with you.
Thanks.
Includes Ultron, right?
Yep. Does it say engaged?
To the villain,
Villain
and to
and
each
each
enemy
enemy,
engaged. Yeah. Got it. We got there. I'll deal 2 damage.
I got you.
Cool. And then I will move 2 damage from Black Panther to Ultron, so technically.
So just 6 on?
Yep.
I was going to put 8, so you did 2 more?
Yep.
All right. Well,
And then I'm going to...
you need that helicarrier yet? If you end up in a situation where you didn't actually need it, it's going to be devastating. Very devastating.
Somehow I did.
Well, then let me just repulsor blast already.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
How did this happen?
I don't know what happened. My brain hurts.
Who is this person?
I don't know.
Who's this person? All right, well, then I'm just going to do the repulsor blast while we're here. Deal 1 and then discard the top 5. Miss. Hit. Hit.
Oh, my.
Hit.
What? 9 damage, right?
That's 9 damage. You didn't putting 7 back on?
Yeah.
That felt good. That was nice.
That was worthwhile.
Yeah, I'm glad we went that direction.
Yep. All right, great. And then...
Wow. Way to go, Justice, right? 9 damage for 1. How is that possible?
That's crazy. The odds of that are relatively low. I'm going to spend
Relative to
3
numbers?
to play attack team. So we're going to put 3 on, but then I will remove 1 and do 2 damage.
Nice. We're
So
moving.
we're down to 25 health on Ultron.
Moving quickly.
Then I'm going to thwart for 2.
Nice.
And then
That's
I'm
why
gonna
that's why the
flip-
2 1s are correct, by the way. A lot of people doing 3 1s, I see, because they're copying the core set. 2 1 is where it's at.
I just think it's the most common.
2s and 4s are all over this game. Anyway, I digress.
Then I'm going to flip to T'Challa so that
But then you can't block for me.
I had no intent.
I swear, if I die on this attack after a busted helicarrier decision as well, I'm gonna
Start
be so
questioning my
upset.
plays. Yeah. All right, I'm going to draw back up.
Unconcerned.
What you going to do about it? You know?
3, 4, 5, 6,
This-
7.
Question.
Oh gosh, these kinds of questions.
Okay, great.
What?
Never mind. I'm not in hero mode, so he's not going to attack. I was going to ask, do I shuffle my deck as soon as I run out of cards or when I would draw?
As soon as you run out.
All right. Well, let's pray that doesn't happen before my next turn. I just drew Ancestral Knowledge. See, Bryce. Ancestral Knowledge, and it would not be great if I had to 0 card discard pile.
Right on. Does make sense. Okay, I need to stand up in all of this.
But it's going to be remarkable at this moment if I have 1 card in my deck, and it's like put 3 back in. I literally pick my next hand.
Let's see what happens. All right, villain's gonna do villain stuff. So add 1, 2, 3 because of the acceleration token. Then we do the magic. Ultron attacking me.
Yep.
I get a drone. He's swinging for 3. I have 9, 10. I have 16 hit points. So if he does 6 damage, I am dead. So a 3 boost would kill me unless I defend, and then the drone is going to attack as well. So if the drone would kill me anyway, I may as well hold on to the defense until Ultron does his thing, and then the drone I can defend against if I would die. Mm-hmm. So if this is a 3 boost, we just have to start over, essentially. Seems like that was a mistake.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
1 boost.
1 boost. All right, so what is that? 3, 4? Yeah, you're like, exactly what I intended.
If a 3 flips, you just flip the table.
Do I can't take 1 from this drone. Because, like, if there's a hero attacks me, encounter card that comes down the pipe, then... Or, like, do 1 damage to everything. I can't.
It wouldn't be great.
I can't do that. I've got to defend that. Which is the biggest bummer on Earth. All right, over to you.
All right.
Scheme time.
Scheme in for 2 plus 2, so it'll be 4.
It's not terrible.
Thank goodness that wasn't the card before. All right, then we get our bad cards. Your first player. Don't you like? It feels nice to be living on the edge, though, right?
Not really. The villain schemes. Oh my gosh.
All right, Boosty.
I thought that was the attack card for sure. I was like, oh, it's over.
+2, so 4. So we're going to go to 14, which is the max we can be at.
No, 12. It's over. We're flipping.
Oh.
It's a max of 12. So
I thought it was 16 for some reason.
here we go.
I feel like halfway through his health on the second stage is about where you
That's
would
about right.
expect that to flip.
Yeah. When revealed, discard cards until a minion is discarded. Engage it with the first player. That'd be me, for those keeping track at home.
Great. Oh, there it is. Advanced Ultron Drone. Guard. When Advanced Ultron Drone is defeated, the engaged player puts the top card of their deck into play face down to them. You got it.
Okay, cool. And then Secret Rendezvous. If the stage is completed, the players lose the game. 16.
Okay.
We're going to add 2 per, and we're going to have the acceleration ready to roll. All right, and then your bad card, please, sir.
The villain attacks the other player. Tiger Shark. After Tiger Shark attacks, give him a tough status card.
I love that art. I will forever love that art. Okay.
It's like classic, like Miami Vice style.
Miami Vice superhero.
Yep. Villain.
I probably had a 30 to 40% chance of dying there across that sequence of events, I think.
Were you nervous?
Maybe 30%.
I felt right at home.
Oh, I don't get to stand up either. These guys do, though.
All right. Now the first player goes to me.
Yes, please. I think I'm going to have to recover, right? I only recover for 3. Tony's awful at health.
Yep.
Should he include first aid, probably? I don't know. Med teams?
He needs a protection player.
He needs a protection player.
Yeah, not him.
Isn't that the story of the Avengers, really, in a lot of ways?
You just need some help sometimes. All right, let's do this. I have a plan.
Man, I don't even get to recover this turn because I'm sat down from the defense.
No, you can ready and then you can flip over.
Oh, right on. Yeah.
I'll Helicarrier.
It's actually really helpful.
Yeah, Vibranium for a Mockingbird, and we will stun. #1 stunner on Ultron.
I only recover for 3? That's so bad.
Discard strength to play combat training. He's +1.
Do you have Wakanda Forever?
No.
Ah.
You're fine. You're going to flip, right?
I am going to flip, but, like, deal with these guys.
I'm going to clear some of them.
Okay.
I'm going to discard to play Ancestral Knowledge, so I got to put 3 back in.
Oh, so you get to choose your deck.
I get to choose my
Very cool.
deck.
I've got an Avengers Mansion if you want to draw one.
A card? I have 1 card.
And a Helicarrier.
But like
I
I would
mean-
just draw whatever the last card is.
No, once you put those in your deck. Ancestral Knowledge, right?
Oh, and shuffle them into my deck.
Yeah, you shuffle
so
them
then I
in
could
and
maybe get...
I can give you a top deck opportunity.
And I have to do 3 different cards though, right?
And if you happen to draw, yeah,
But I couldn't play it. I
You
wouldn't
couldn't
have the
play
money.
you can only play the Wakanda. I've got the Helicarrier, so I've got you on 1 resource.
All right, let's see what else I could do. That's fun.
Unless, can I pepper pots for you? Can you pay? You can't pay for the player's cards, right? When you're generating resources, I don't think so. What a world we live in. Huh.
Let's put one of these wilds in next.
Yeah, weird.
All right, let's go ahead just because I want to see it. Tactical Genius. Shuffling these in, my 4 cards.
What was your last card, you know?
No.
You would know.
If I was good.
technically.
But I'm not.
Here, I need to. You should have somebody cut that. What if are you gaming it? Apparently, with all the Keyforge cheating, that's all the rage.
I mean, you're welcome to do anything you want with it. You want to let me draw a card?
You
mean,
think?
do you need
do you
it?
feel good about it? I don't need it. No, I mean, like I'm just kind of running away from my problems right now.
Like, I'm definitely going to get it in my hand next round, right? So, like, I'm not that worried about it. But at this point, I just clear out 1 drone, which I can get rid of anyway with Mockingbird.
Why don't we take a crack at it? I feel inspired to go. Let's try it.
You don't think you need it? All right.
No, I don't need it.
No. Denied. Okay. So...
What is this? Oh, this is my deck. Whoops.
You have ways of doing, like, 1 damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm nervous about your health in general. He's stunned, so he's not going to attack me. He'll just be attacking me.
I can do. I can definitely do 4 damage across anything that needs to get damaged.
Okay.
That means I could probably just clear this Ultron drone, be my
Let's
guess.
flip to Black Panther. The Ultron drone. So I have a 1 here with Mockingbird.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a 3 here with Black Panther.
Does guard against just the main villain? I think you can still fight other things. I'm about to look that up.
Yeah, you should check that out.
Ow! Ow! Keywords. How's chat doing? What are you guys up to over there? You
hanging
guys
out.
watching?
Yeah, how's everyone feeling about Champions in general? Are you excited? What are you most excited about?
I find that I get stuck in this game, which is a good sign.
Yeah, we're just gone, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, we're streaming still.
Everybody has been. Everyone's been really quiet until you guys mess up on something.
Oh, great! Everybody's just watching.
perfect.
Just
Yeah.
You feel like you're at the table? That's kind of what we're going for. You just have a table of 100 people playing Champions.
I will say, in the comparison of Iron Man v Black Panther, now having played both, Iron Man is way more consistent.
Oh yeah, it's get it up and then roll. Black Panther's got to play the game the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guard, while any minions are engaged with a player with this keyword, that player cannot attack villains without the guard keyword. So
Great.
you can attack my drone here, which you're welcome to do.
All right.
Just leave Tiger Shark up and give him a tough status card. I feel like that's too much value to give Tiger Shark.
I mean, I can just take care of Tiger Shark on my own if you can take care of your stuff.
Pretty selfish.
You guys see what I have to work with?
Yeah, I just can't. I don't have an easy way to do 1 damage that's meaningless. Mockingbird is a pretty
You have a
meaningless
couple
source
1
of wood.
damages, right?
2. I'll be Ariel.
So 2 damages.
I mean, I got to plug 4 here.
So you can take him out.
I can take him out, yeah, with my double.
Okay. Let's. He's about to be tough.
That's what I mean. He can't attack. We can't let him attack. That's two wasted attacks. Well, 1.
You're flipping, right?
I'm flipping.
So we're okay just taking a drone? Next turn I'll clear it out with my Wakanda Forever? Both
yeah,
drones?
yeah.
Okay. I'm going to hit Tiger Shark for 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow. Nice.
And
Take a damage.
She
I've got
takes a
all of our.
damage.
We've only got the 1 player set
I
that
got
we're
it.
sharing. It's
Over
almost enough for 2 players. In fact, with the generics, it's more than enough.
it's
I think.
definitely enough. Yeah, so the hero token set is built for 1 player, but we're using 1 for 2 people, and only occasionally do we need some extra damage.
So
that's
1
that's
player
good
should
sign.
be totally set.
Um,
Unless you were also getting wrecked. But that's rare that everybody's getting wrecked. It feels like everyone's on
yeah.
a different.
Well, usually whoever the protection player is taking most of the shots.
Anything else? Wasting a card? You
It's
need
the
a
card
helicarrier?
No. It's the card you gave me. That's why I was, I don't know. Anyways, you're up. All right, so
You're
people responding, I'll deal with that while you're doing your thing. Is there a launch event? No idea. Someone saying, Troy, just joined you for the wine today. Where's the wine? Not here today. Easiest character to start? Probably.
Like a She-Hulk, probably?
She can kind of play both sides of the field.
I'd say Black Panther may be the hardest.
It takes some energy. Apparently, they're going to announce the release date for Champions tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm going to put 80%.
How does anybody know that? How do people know that and
I
we
don't.
don't? And we're literally like selling the game, doing content about the game, have an online store, a local retail store. Where does this information come from? Who's got, do we need to be on a Discord channel or something? Is there like, are there spies? Is it the like the European distributors usually are leaking everything?
I have no idea. No clue.
Well,
Someone asking, can you use those boards for the card for Lord of the Rings?
probably. They'll fit any card you want.
Yeah, I'm sure you could, in some way.
Okay. I've readied Iron Man. Let's go ahead and blast on.
All right.
Blast. Oh wait, I got to do my aerial. Whoop. Let's get rid of a great responsibility
All right.
and blast for 4, 2, and 2 against this advanced drone, scaring me.
When he goes away, the top card of your deck comes into play as a drone.
It does.
Yep.
And then you're gonna clear him, right?
Next round.
Okay. Then we will do surveillance team. I'm gonna put surveillance team over here in my
Yep.
pile of.
By the way, moving this map
Non-resource
up and getting a little
cards.
more space down here was very helpful.
Yeah. Give me 3 Snoop counters there, and I pay for that with a Power of Justice, which is
Someone says they caught a rumor of it on Facebook.
double
That's probably
resources.
speculation. They're streaming tomorrow the Miss Marvel preview, so I think people are hoping for a release date, which it seems like it's about time for that to happen.
I'm hoping too. All right, so I can't remove threat from a scheme, which means the rest of my cards are not very useful.
Yeah, old Justice.
And this isn't going to matter. I'm going to go ahead and flip.
Yep.
And I can pepper pots into nothing, but I can at least look at the top 3 and get a encounter card. So I guess I'll do that. Take 1.
People asking if you can buy, if there'll be aspect packs instead of buying the 4 starters. I strongly doubt that, but they have said there's going to be a limited amount of reprints throughout the packs. So I have a feeling that over the first year or 2 of the game, if you're on one core set, you'll have duplicates of a lot of the cards that you see most often in decks. And if that's the case, it should let you build several heroes with the same aspect.
Can you give me an encounter card for later?
Numero dos. Tony, the filterer.
Okay.
Also, if you see a second Heroic Intuition, I would definitely take it on Black Panther.
I'd love to.
Would be used.
I would love to. You know, I'll probably just end up keeping this hand, basically.
Conquerbar O'Neill says, just woke up in AUZ.
AUZ. AUZ?
That's right.
I'm going to assume
no.
that's
Austria,
maybe?
Austria?
What's the TLDR for the last 2 hours? We're playing a homemade campaign version of the game. We have a random villain from stage 1, 2, and 3 coming. So most of the time you only play 2 stages. We're playing against 3. And when a villain comes out, their deck comes with them. So we are testing out what it's like to play against potentially all 3 villains in the same session. And it's looking okay, but I'm going to say medium right now. That's how it's looking.
Okay, I'm going to hold on to all of these things. I don't get to use the Helicarrier or Pepper because all of my cards are reducing stuff.
Okay.
So, bummer.
I'm going to discard.
I'm going to discard 1 as well.
So I'm going to draw 3, and I'm going to shuffle, and I'm going to hope, beyond hope, that there's a Wakanda Forever in the top 2 cards of my deck.
Okay, discard that. And then I go up to 6.
Yeah, I definitely hear that. So someone's saying they'd love boards and such similar for Lord of the Rings. That's really just an opportunity, I think, too far gone. That game
Yeah,
is,
probably.
if where we're at now, 10 years ago, I think we would have probably looked at that. But it's a little late in the game to be working on that.
Did we do everything? Man, I had a turn full of potential and garbage.
Yeah, you just had to kind of sit on
Because it just wasn't there. The threat wasn't there, Zach. The threat wasn't there. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to do the bad stuff. Let's go. It advances an extra 1 for the extra.
For the permanent acceleration token.
So there's 3.
And it needs to get to 16 for us to lose.
Yeah. And then we've got the attack skis.
I'm first
and
player?
You're the first player. You're
He's
taking an
stunned?
attack.
So nothing happens?
Boom. And then I get schemed 2 plus 1 is 3.
Okay. And you're going to get 2 more from those rounds.
1,
If you want to go ahead and make
2,
it 5.
3, 4, 5.
We're at 8. We are halfway home to losing.
And then you get a card and I get a card. And
Oh,
then,
and I had to shuffle my deck, so technically I
no.
messed that up. But I'll get a card and you'll get a card. So we'll start with me because I'm the first player. So I'll
Hey,
resolve my
this could flip right. This could just, we could lose right here.
easily. Yeah. When revealed, each drone minion engaged with your hero attacks. If no attacks are made this way, put the top card of your deck into play face down with you, engaged as a drone. That's fine.
Easy. Do you think we do 1, 1, 1, 1, or you
It's
do all
one
yours?
player.
Okay.
Yep. Masters of Mayhem. When revealed, each Masters of Evil minion attacks the hero it's engaged with. Luckily, Tiger Shark would have beat me up.
Yep.
If no attacks were made this way, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Masters of Evil minion. I'm going to go ahead and go get Melter.
Our favorite punching bag.
I want to just go find him. Where is he?
Come on, Melter.
Melter Skelter.
I'm finding that this game, nobody's really playing a deck that has. First of all, we don't have leadership, so I feel like there are less allies on the board. And then I just haven't been playing allies. I was building the suit instead of playing bodies.
That's what. But this next time through your deck, you're going to have the resources to play ally.
Yeah, I sure do.
All right. So that was now.
That was all the encounter stuff.
That was the
so
encounter
these guys
cards.
aren't
Okay,
going to
cool.
do anything. Villain schemes.
Sweet.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, you're good.
Boost.
Yeah, boost me.
0.
All right.
That's 2. So now we're at 10
Yeah.
out of 16.
Yeah.
All right, we're 1 card away from making it out of the round. Can we do it?
Attached to Ultron,
yes,
after
we
Ultron
made it.
schemes, place 1 threat on each side scheme, and we can spend some resources. So he's at +1. He's a schemer now.
They may say I'm a schemer. but I'm
That
not the
is
only one.
program transmitter.
Yep, it's cool.
Wow, Ultron, he's scary.
Cool. Okay, we can discard 2 mental energy to get rid of that.
I can probably make that happen.
I can probably make that happen too.
I've got nothing but energy to spare.
All right, great.
Pass the first player over here.
We made it. All right,
Dog.
this is now we have to just completely remove all of that threat if we want to have a chance.
All right, Tony's going to recover because that's all I can do.
Yep,
I'm also going to use the ability 3,
we're in it. We're in it.
and I'll get this one.
This is our time.
discard
David says,
these.
"Morning, guys."
Good morning.
Yay, more champions. Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't know where you're watching from, but it's awesome that it's morning right now, wherever it is you're at.
Okay.
John's betting on Japan. Is that what he said? Germany.
Then I'm going to not flip yet. Do I have a tech? I do not have a tech. Do I have a tech in hand? I do not have a tech in hand. Stark won't matter. These can all be used as a hero. Let me see if there's any alter ego actions.
Looks like Australia.
There's not.
Someone's saying you need a bad card.
What? We each took 2. What are you talking about?
Just saying what Chad's
I
saying.
missed it. I got it now.
Yeah, we
I
got
missed it at first, and then I got a second one.
Okay, Iron Man's flipping. Let's go ahead and ready
Yeah.
Iron Man, because of course we're going to do that. Then
you
let's
gonna-
see what we can do. There's a good way to do this. Yes. Let's play a surveillance team with Genius. So that's going to give me 3 counters. Get some generics ready for me, bud.
Someone asking, we're going to make condition tokens where they would go on the boards for the cards. We've already done that. All the conditions currently in the game we have tokens for. They're in both the villain and the player sets. And they can easily slot into...
Pepper Potts is going to generate 2 resources from Genius for a 4 Justice. It is a mental resource, so we're going to remove 4.
Seems good.
3, 4. Then we'll do Helicarrier for an interrogation room.
Man,
Defeat a minion, remove a threat.
you're ready over there. 2 surveillance teams, an interrogation room.
Dude, I have got the lab set up.
Iron Man
I feel
is
like I'm
seeking
Arrow over
justice
here.
here.
Let's exhaust both of these to remove. You get 4 generics.
Wow. Remove how many?
Remove 2. Yeah, I got it. I want to feel it. And then toss me a couple of stun, tough, etc. Thank you. Give me 2 more of those. I've got 2 surveillance boys. Then
That worked out.
let's keep going. How do we feel about Melter as a
I'm going to burn him down.
Melter's going?
Yeah, he's going to be out of the game.
You're out of the game.
I'm done messing with him.
Do you need this card?
No.
Good.
I literally have exactly... Wait. Just kidding. Go ahead. Got him.
Okay.
It's funny.
So now, and you're going to deal with these guys?
Mm-hmm.
So
Aren't I nice?
maybe I should deal with this. Can I deal with this?
That would be very handy.
All right, let's Powered Gauntlet that, and then Interrogation Room to remove 1 threat from the scheme. Let's go ahead and thwart for 3 with Heroic Intuition.
They gone. The Iron Man machine.
Yeah. But now I'm going to take that attack.
No, you're not. Mockingbird's coming on.
Aw, thanks. Thanks.
We're just going to keep you healthy now. See,
And
we made it.
then I'm not going to, I don't have anything to take flight with, so that was 1 to the drone. Here's 1 to Ultron, I reckon.
All right, you didn't have to...
I did not. No,
Oh,
sorry.
plus you have to exhaust your hero, so forget about it.
Sorry, bro. Let's do a Repulsor Blast
Okay.
with a 4 Justice.
How
So
much?
1 damage, and then discard the top 5. 1? Does that count? Does wild count during this? No?
Printed.
Oh, they say it on the text. They knew.
Man, you are blanking. So 1
How
damage.
about 1 damage?
That's fine. 1 for 1. It could be worse, I guess.
Let's do it again.
All right, odds of this one hitting seem high.
They seem high. 1, 2, no, 3.
So 7?
7 damage.
3.
Yeah.
Let me go 4. You know, I should have let you use my hell carrier in exchange for your mansion, because I could have potentially Wakanda'd forever again.
Oof.
Like if that was what's on top of my deck. And there's really nothing more valuable than that.
Yeah, we need to start doing those plays.
Yeah, we need to start getting good. Okay, mine? Great. Thanks for playing.
Yeah,
Well, you removed all the threat.
it's gone. You're still going to take care of these drones, right?
No.
I cannot take that attack. I'm just going to let you
Alright.
know that. Just can't do it unless we want to lose. Just to see what that's like.
Just to see what that's like. All right, let's start with... This is irrelevant now. Thanks, Steven. I don't think I'm going to need it either, so let's forget about it.
Our strategy of not talking about our plan is not working.
It
very
is
well.
not great. No, agreed. Let's do this first. I'll use Vibranium to use Relentless Assault and D5 the Melter.
No way.
Yeah, bye, Felicia.
That's awesome.
Let's use... let's back this up. I'll use my attack team. Do 2. It's gone. I'm going to use Mockingbird to do 1. Thank you. Let's discard a card and play Wakanda Forever. Let's do 1 to all your bros and
I'm
1
a
to
villain.
Ultron.
Thank you.
Let's move
Both of
2
my lightning bolts.
from Black Panther over to my friend Ultron. And then let's do... sorry, move 2 is my last thing. We'll do
Okay.
2 damage before that.
This is going to 8?
Yep, down to 8. I think we got this.
He's popping out his henchmen on us.
And then, for my last trick, Black Panther will attack for 3. Down to 5.
Nice. Hey, that's not bad there, is it?
Then we're out. So we'll go to the next round. And I actually am going to discard this because I want Wakanda Forever.
You just can't get that. You don't need it because I'm.
That's what I'm
Iron
saying.
Man's got this under control.
You're just like cruising over there. All right.
I get an extra encounter card.
Out of deck
If
again.
you
What
would,
is that, like
please.
time number 12?
Well, I just ran through 10 with those. This is the Iron Man thing. That's what I don't know if you should go low deck to get your pieces out or high deck to
'cause
let your Repulsor Blast not ruin your day. I'd have an extra 10 cards right now.
You have 14 cards on the table right now.
And I could include more of the Lightning Bolt cards. More emergencies, more of the other one
I
that's
think
a Lightning Bolt.
anything lightning you could also include past this, you should. Because you're down 14 cards at the moment.
Yeah,
So
I'm in.
that's like 26. You're going to go through that like every 2 or 3 turns.
1, 2.
All right, so I dealt you a card. You're
It feels very Iron Man-y to like go hard and then get kind of wrecked because you were overconfident.
overly aggressive, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you are the first player. He is going to attack you.
First of all, he's going to scheme 2 + 1 because of that accelerator. And then I'm going to take an attack. Do you want to defend that with Mockingbird? I heard that you did.
Yeah, let's do it. Ah,
All right, when Ultron attacks me, put the top card, it is there, and then for each turn engaged with you, I think that happens like immediately until the end of this attack, yeah. So it'll be blocked, but 3 attack against Mockingbird.
yep.
Boosted,
5.
5, she's gone.
There have been some really great ally blocks going
Yeah.
on here.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Drone's gonna attack me for 1.
Yep.
And there's a part of me that just wants to, there's a part of me that just wants to defend that drone, not take a damage, stand up next turn. It's not like, I could thwart for 3 and 3, but I'm going to be able to do that with my cards.
Yeah.
So it's like Iron Man's actually...
think you should totally block.
You think so?
Yeah. Because, like, unless he schemes from the bad cards, there's not going to be enough scheme out there for it to matter. And you'll just save damage.
Yeah, let's block it.
All right.
No damage.
Nailed it. And then against me, he's going to attack, so I'll boost. And I won't block. Special. Choose to either spend a physical resource or put the top card of your deck into play face down with you engaged as a
Oh,
drone.
I've never seen that one.
Eesh.
It's nice.
Oh, man.
Android efficiency?
Because it's going to give him +1 attack. Oh, when he attacks him, I get a drone anyway. Would that boost this attack? I assume.
That's a good question. Until the end of this attack, I'll think it's +1 for each drone. Yeah, it would. It would boost the attack.
I'll let him boost it. So I'll get another drone.
Another drone?
So then
Gross.
he's going to hit me for 4?
4 plus a booster? Are you serious?
That's fine. That was his boost. Then these guys are both going to hit me for 1, but I have retaliate. So I'll take 2, but then they'll
Right
go
on.
away.
That is better. Let me... Oh, no, after I defeat a minion. Dang! I wish it was otherwise.
That would be great with Black Panther.
That would be actually really good against Ultron, particularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, anything that you get down to 1 health that attacks you would just immediately be able to trigger that.
Can I... No, I can't play this on your side. It tells you if you can play it on the other. Okay.
Yeah, it's like this upgrade and wherever you put it, the Heroic Intuition says you can play it on any play.
Bad cards?
Yep. You get the first one. You got 2.
I got 2, starting with Surge, exhaust my identity card.
Ah, nailed it. Joke's on you, Ultron.
I defended. I am genius. Repair sequence. Ultron heals 2 for each drone minion engaged with me. So 2 it is.
Got it.
And luckily it did heal, so it doesn't gain Surge.
That's really not bad.
Rage of Ultron. Ultron attacks me. Discard the top card for each damage dealt by this attack. Now this could be a hairy situation. I don't think I have anything to make it less hairy.
I don't think that's that bad.
It's not that bad.
So he's going to attack you.
Give me that drone.
Oh, you get the drone off your deck.
And then it's going to be 4 plus a boost.
+2, so 6.
6.
That's not bad.
It's bad. It's not bad.
You guys start playing some allies.
I know. Here, I'm going to do this. Give me that. Give me a sweet.
All right, here's a token as well.
I want to do this one. So I'm going to go to 16. Or I'm sorry, I take 6. I'm going to go to 14. That's awful. Ugh.
You got a 10?
Yeah.
Yankerones.
Yeah, it's not bad though, right? It's not bad. Oh, Iron Man, why?
Why? All right. My back card? All right. Oh, great. Radioactive Man.
Radio.
LOL. Okay. We good?
Yeah, I think we did it all.
Great.
We didn't take any schemes. No threat happened.
He attacked us
aside from
both
the
because we're both in the hero
original.
mode.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you want to pass that first player token?
Yes, please.
Get it out of here.
All right, 14, huh?
Let's do this. I'm going to Helicarrier, spend 3 to play a Nick Fury. So I'll draw 3.
I will be doing
Lobby bar.
1 here, so just be aware of that. Yes.
We're supposed to discard some cards off the top.
Yes, I am. How much did I take?
6.
6?
Yeah. Ouch.
Ouch.
You will be doing one there, like, just bonus-wise? How do you do that?
I'm going to play a card that does it.
What if he's already dead?
That's fine. I'm just letting you know if that matters for your calculations, then bring it on.
Let's see. Doesn't matter.
I'm riding the knife's edge of health here.
You're gonna
That
have
is
to-
something that I'm excited about.
You're going to have to flip, right?
We're going to have to clear this Ultron form because I want those program transmitters and stuff out of here. Can we do 7 damage? We can do 7 damage, right?
I mean, without even trying. All right, I'm just going to start going. You good with that?
Yeah.
Let's start here. I'm going to, first off, Wakanda Forever.
Here it is.
1 to everything on your side, including Ultron. I'm going to move 2 from, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do 2. Then I'm going to move 2 from me to Ultron.
See, I like that he can just stay in that hero form with those vibranium suit plays.
Yeah, as long as you actually get them.
See, it would be nice to have tokens to mark those too, honestly, instead of having to
Those
exhaust them.
Yeah, that's fair. Then I'm going to,
Oh, wow, he's got 2 left. I mean, he's ready.
and I haven't even smoked yet.
You haven't even tried. You
I'm
haven't
gonna
smoked yet.
I'm gonna go ahead and do another Wakanda Forever for life. So the first thing I'm gonna do is 2 damage. So he's gone.
Okay, this is gonna get real sloppy.
That's not
All
that
right,
sloppy. All
count,
right.
count the number of cards left in the account. So this is really
Well,
where...
let's see if Ultron flips first.
Yeah, that's true. This is where it hits the pavement here.
All right, you ready? Stage 3.
A random stage 3 villain. Who's it gonna be?
The Claw.
The Claw. Oh, well,
That actually
worked
works out incredibly well.
Okay, count the number of cards left in the encounter deck.
All right. Here? That's the right way to count it, too. Because we could count the discarded cards, but you're correct in this.
I agree.
16. And I'm going to go through and get out all the standard and expert cards out of here. And obligations.
I got 21 cards in this deck.
If anyone's curious, we're playing a custom version of this game. Where we're playing...
trying out a campaign option.
Yep. Where we are playing against 3 different stages of villains, randomized. So we shuffled up all the 1s, shuffled up all the 2s, shuffled up all the 3s. And so we hit Rhino, then Ultron, and now we're going to Claw. We also randomly picked the scheme, which was Claw's scheme. So it's nice that we're actually finishing on Claw. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is actually. It really worked out.
Yeah. That
It's
we hit all
almost
3
like
villains.
we did it on purpose, although we didn't.
And nope, just got fortunate.
You know, the cool thing is, too, people could design specific things that could tie these 3 things together. Like
100%.
get this encounter
There's
card, do
those.
this.
I feel like I'm missing.
We
an
should just blow it up.
obligation.
This should be like custom maps for Warcraft, Battle.net, and all of that.
Yeah.
It should just be like, let's find ways
Do you?
to blow this up. What do you need?
I'm missing my obligation.
Yeah, mine's here.
I gave you an obligation, I think. Shouldn't your
Probably.
obligation? There should be an obligation, 2 obligations in there.
Yours. Mine is removed from the game.
Oh, sweet.
I already dealt with it.
All right, so here's all the Ultron cards.
Don't need those.
And this is Masters of Evil, so it'll stay. And that's the only card in play.
Yeah. All right, that's not bad. And then you continue resolving Wakanda
He's at
Forever.
44. Yeah.
You're supposed to have 16 cards in this. Ooh. You think after 20 years I'd be better at shuffling unsleeved cards, but I'm really just not.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's like a deck of cards at a casino or something. Or my version, which is playing at home with pennies.
All right. So we
I'm
have
ready.
Claw Stage 3. So we got our random villain. You're discarding until we have down to 16. You're counting.
There's 16 cards.
All right.
The rest can be dumped.
So 16 stay. The rest are getting
Oh.
discarded. We're not even going to look.
Ooh, Affairs Estate is gone. Nice.
Let's see. Okay.
Continue resolution there.
That's right.
And Claw is tough. Keep that in mind.
I'll deal 1 damage to everything. So tough goes away.
Mm.
And we'll do 1 here. And then I will move 2 damage from Black Panther
You do 1 here?
I did 1 there, yeah.
Okay.
To here,
Cool.
because that's fine.
Yeah.
And then you're going to do 1 there, right?
Well, it was more attractive when I had all these drones.
Got you.
Less attractive now, so probably I won't, but I can do any number of damage there with my gauntlets and...
So I can technically, depending on the math, he's at 3, so we got 4 left. I can hit for 2 if you're going to do 2.
I can do 2 with the gauntlet right there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hit him for 2.
Boom.
And Nick's going to take 1. And then I'm going to... You have scheme stuff to deal with? Yeah.
Yeah, I can deal with
I'm
the
just
scheme
going to
all day.
punch for 3. So we're down to 41 health on stage 3 of Claw.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, if you do not need the card, I could potentially maybe hit another Wakanda Forever.
It's definitely... let me see what I do need or what I want to play. I'll decide that here.
Micah asking, what's the deadline for pre-orders? So 2 things could occur that would create a deadline. Really, 1 thing is when we run out. And we're getting pretty close to the time when we have to finalize and commit to the end of the numbers on how many we can order. And kind of expecting to run out in the very near future. So you're probably looking at a week, maybe 2 at the most. And then once we're sold out, they're gone. And unless there's just inventory available through distribution, which when these new games are coming out is hit and miss. Sometimes what past what everybody orders is available, and sometimes it's not. Like last year with Keyforge, 2 or 3 days after the game came out, it was gone. You just couldn't get it. So I'd conservatively say a week, and if you want to ride the line a little harder, maybe 2 weeks.
Okay, I don't need this card. Do you want it? You on it?
I think it's worth taking the chance.
And I got the helicarrier too if you need it. Shnikes.
I had a 2-resource card in my hand, so I was like, well, pretty much anything I draw I can play with just one card.
I can helicarrier you.
But then I just drew another 2-resource card.
But if I helicarrier, you can pay for it with the other one.
I have 2-resource cards. Like, they both make 2 resources.
Oh, it's
I could make
the
2 resources. Yeah, and I was like, if I draw anything, I could play
That's
it.
a real bummer.
So now I'm just stacked for next round.
Okay. That is a bummer. Over to me.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, let's think about this for a second. You're going to clear the scheme, I assume?
Mm-hmm.
I feel safer here. Are you going to be in Tony or Iron Man?
I'm in 14 health. I think I'm in Tony mode. 14 damage.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So I will stay here because I have a blocker.
Okay.
And you can go
I'll
there.
probably end up with
so we
one
just
as
have
well.
one schemer.
Makes sense. Let's start out with Arc Reactor standing up.
Vincent, I picture you guys having a closet full of Covenant shirts. Not true. I have 3.
I'm going to discard War Machine as a wild resource to take off. Yeah,
He's in the air.
that works.
He stole his boots.
Let's do 2 to Radioactive Man.
All
Trigger the
right.
Interrogation Room to remove 1 threat.
Come on now.
Let's do 2 Surveillance Teams to remove 2 threat.
The value.
What? How? Okay. Then there's any number of ways that this could work. I don't even need. I've got more money.
See ya, Pete.
More money that I c Oh, okay. That's actually reasonable. Let's do 2 damage to Claw, if you would, please. Ending up with 9 on that side, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. Can't do that. Can't do that. Okay, here it is. Okay. Yep. Let's do Helicarrier and Power of Justice for Jessica Jones.
All right. She gets better with side schemes, right?
Mm-hmm. She's also just 2 attack. It's pretty tough. I will go ahead and do 2 attack with her.
All right.
Take damage. Then we will do...
Bob asking, when are we going to do a 4-player game? So I've played 4-player, but the thing is, doing 4-player... The thing is,
Here's the thing.
I have a check-ins and a savings, and no, the real thing is that 4 players on camera is incredibly difficult. Just to get them all on screen or to have enough cameras set up to make that reasonable. So that's one of the big reasons that you don't see that happening. He said, "What time? When are you doing a 4-player game?" Next comment. And what time should I be there?
Nice.
Be here about 5 o'clock on November 22nd for Champions Weekend, and we'll be playing lots of 4-player games. What are you doing
Supersonic
here?
Punch.
For how
Generate 1 resource and 2 resource. With Pepper.
How many is it doing?
I assume 8 because I'm aerial.
4, 6, 7. Man, we are cruising.
Taking it back to... Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it just gets too easy.
Yeah, we are also the 2 characters that build the most.
We're also just so good.
It's so amazing. This game. But, you know, like I picture Spider-Man, and like he doesn't get a board like this. That's not how
Right.
he works.
Right.
So we both have our setup, and now we're just cruising through our decks consistently. Like
Now it's just game over, isn't it?
But I do want to mention that while we're here is Champions Weekend, November 22nd, 23rd. We have Michael Boggs, one of the designers, coming down. It's going to be a super chill, awesome weekend. If you haven't checked that out, hit it up on our website. But it's basically hanging out, playing Champions all weekend. We're going to be giving, or everyone that shows up is getting the full bleed core set heroes. It'll be a really good time, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
Let's heal.
Aelith asking if we'll be covering Crisis Protocol. So we're actually expecting to get an early copy of that in the very near future. And if all goes well, next Monday we're going to be live streaming some Crisis Protocol on Marvel Mondays.
Okay, and then we've got this boy. And
now, while we are talking about how easy this is, we have to remember, you were like
it's true.
We were a card away from death, and we were also a card away from losing. Like if he schemed again at that one moment.
We were on the knife's edge.
Yeah.
And yet, here we are. All right, I think I've done all the things that I can do.
Okay. Let's ready.
I think we can get next turn. We can end this.
End it.
Finish him.
Finish him. All right. Starting. We're gonna do threat first. A 3 threat.
You know, the funny thing is, you really are encouraged to only ever have one rocket boot on.
That's where I was at. Yeah.
But even in the card art, there's essentially one double rocket boot in the card. So maybe the idea is that you are constantly hitting the other rocket boot as the booster card.
Yeah. I mean, it gives you 1 health early on. It's cheap, so it gives you not only the health but the card with Tony. But by the late game, you definitely don't want 2 on.
Isn't that interesting?
Indeed.
How that works. All right, here we go. Wait, did I removed all this? Didn't
I just put the 3 on there.
Okay.
For the start of the round. Yeah, I was walking through that.
Wait a minute.
So then I'm the first player. He's going to attack me. His special ability is when he attacks, he gets an extra boost card. So I'm going to block with Nick Fury, of course. 2 boost.
Ooh.
He's hitting for 7.
7.
See you, Nick.
You know what's funny? That would have put you 1 away from death if you hadn't had a blocker. This thing can go.
It's real. Stage 3 of these villains is also particularly potent.
3 scheme is real as well.
Yeah.
I've got nothing I can do about that, so give me the 3 and a boost.
Plus 2, so
5.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like the police being involved in this.
That's way
I
over there.
always do. I've got one right here.
So it's at 8. That's halfway.
Yeah.
And these are going to run out. That was really helpful timing to have those just kind of waiting.
That was on purpose.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I played them at the precisely correct time, Zach.
Sure.
I need to redraw.
And then we get the bad cards. So me first, you second. You're almost out of deck again. Assault. In hero mode, the villain attacks you. Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Who's in trouble?
Do you want Jessica to block that? Oh, don't sleep on retaliate. That last one was retaliated. wasn't it?
Yeah. I think it makes sense to have Jessica retaliate, given.
But
the
you kind of
7.
want to ride the lightning, don't you?
Well, I'm either going to block or Jessica's going to block, and I think her blocking is better than Panther blocking. So he gets 2 boosts. Ready?
Yeah.
Make it 3. 3 only. Would have been a good one for me to block. Sorry about you. Then he's coming at you with a scheme.
Just with the card. This card. That was you attack from the card.
I could have got mixed up there.
Plays 4 threat on each side scheme. If there are no side schemes, reveal one from the top.
From the top.
I mean, keep going until you get a side scheme.
I was like, all right, I can do it. We're about to get another acceleration token.
Oh, you know it.
Team.
You know it, team.
Fam. There it is. 1 card left.
Woo.
Crazy town. What's this?
When
Legions of
revealed, if
Hydra.
Madam Hydra is not in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Madam Hydra, probably in the discard pile.
That's just where I guess
And
I
put
should.
her into play, engage. Yeah, you look at the one. Engage with you, then shuffle the encounter deck.
Shuffled.
Okay, nice. Get this in there. That's the one I just drew.
No, it's not. It's down to 1, so I shuffled the 1.
Then shuffle the encounter deck. Place 2 additional threat here for each Hydra enemy. So 3 plus 2 is 5 threat. I feel like the Legions are going to have a lot of bullets.
And they get +1 card at the end of every round. I do think we were incredibly fortunate not to get hit with like 2 or 3 side schemes in a round.
Yeah, well, we continue to be incredibly fortunate. Maybe it's the magic of the cameras. Have we done it all? You get the first player token? Is that coming to me?
It does come to you. Mutton Chop saying was not a really big comic book fan, so he didn't really consider getting into this game. However, seeing the mechanics that this game utilizes has changed his mind. He was going to at least get the
Mutton
base
Chop.
game. Yeah,
I want to see your comments on our videos like usual.
Yeah,
Mutton Chop's a
I
classic
definitely think this is a very well-designed
commenter.
game. So if you have anyone in your life that likes heroes, I think this is a perfect pickup. And the core set's just such a good value for the content you're getting.
Okay. Wow, she's good.
Deck asking if Green Goblin will be at the weekend event. Who's to say?
If it's around, if it's available. Madam Hydra, check this out. Have you seen this?
I haven't, no.
So, cannot take damage while Legions of Hydra side scheme is in play. And then after schemes or attacks, place 2 threat on Legions of Hydra. Schemes for 2 attacks for 2, 6 health. Not a problem for Super Iron Man, but a respectable villain nonetheless.
Andrew's saying he's trying his hardest to come to Champions Weekend.
Please
He's
do,
He's got to
Andrew.
pony up for the airfare. Andrew, if you come, we'll have a great time. I'll say that much.
It will be great.
It'll be fun.
All right, friends. Can we do this? Zach, can you Can you do things? How much damage do you think you're capable of pulling off here?
I have an unbelievable amount of damage capacity.
Like 26?
Can you give me a resource?
Yep. 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 You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to force a reshuffle. I think I can get there.
I'm in the high teens of damage.
If I have a card that says reveal the top X from my deck and I only have Y, which is less than X in my
You would
deck,
keep going.
do I reshuffle and keep going?
Do you need that card?
You know, technically, I don't really need much of anything, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm just flying around as Iron Man.
If I hit another Wakanda Forever, it's going to be...
Okay.
There's
Do you
a lot
want to
of
just see
card-
that now?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, let's see
that's
that.
where we're at. Okay.
Didn't.
It's not awful. Remember, I had 2/2 resources last round, so I got things to do.
Wait, does Repulsor Blast for each printed resource, so the double lightning resources count as 2 for Repulsor Blast? That's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's do it like this. Okay. Let's go ahead and use Tony's ability. And I want this in my hand. These two are discarded. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and use a surveillance team. Actually, no. I want nothing but lightning in there. That's smarter. That's using the brain. I don't want those in the discard pile yet.
I need to see something.
All right, then let's use energy for a surveillance team. That's right. They're all out. 3 surveillance teams. I've got
That's awesome.
all sorts of different.
Hey, there's a question here. Vincent says, did you guys see the Keyforge deck that had Shut Up and Sit Down in this title? Are you going to be able to commission a Team Covenant Keyforge deck? We actually had Covenant Keyforge decks from Gamma that are still available. Technically, I think we're doing the, if you buy 3 Age of Ascension displays, you get one of those guaranteed. We have a handful of them.
All right, I'm going to do another Rocket Boots with an interrogation room. And then now we're cooking with gas. I think I recover here. Yeah,
This is the end game, dude. We're winning right here.
I'm gonna
What are you
recover
doing?
here. I'm gonna recover. I can stand up.
Yeah, but you could attack twice.
You think we can get him this turn?
Easily.
I don't want to take any chances if this goes backwards.
I mean, it could.
You know, I've heard a lot of these things all game. It's like,
we're-
if I get that card, things
we're
will be
alive,
good, or
aren't we?
I need that helicarrier, and then
Did we die?
we
didn't die.
No, we didn't.
The
All right.
question- I don't know how much damage you bring to the table.
It depends on how this Repulsor Blast goes. It could be 9. It could be 1. I'm stacking my deck with lightning.
If it goes wrong, I will block for you.
All right.
He's like,
That's what I'm talking about. Okay, then Iron Man. Let's do Iron Man stuff. Let's do... I don't want to take off yet. Okay, so we're going to start with the Repulsor Blast. You know what? You see, because if I discard a mental resource to fly, it's going to be in my deck when I reshuffle and reveal the top 3. So
Matt asking, what's the campaign format? So this is something we've made. There's no official campaign out yet, but basically we're fighting a random stage 1 villain, a random stage 2 villain, a random stage 3 villain. Every time a new villain appears, we bring in their deck into the game, and we're basically trying to make it through all 3 stages, and we're down to the very end here.
Repulsor Blast.
All right, this is the big
Paying with
moment.
lightning so that I can get it in there.
Back into your deck.
That's right. Okay, so then I'll reveal the top 2, and I believe I'll reshuffle and then reveal 3 more. So, 1,
Hit it.
miss.
Okay, fitty.
Look
Fitty
at
so
this.
far.
I mean, I've got... Ooh, I'm stacked deep on
Yeah,
lightning
that's
here.
why if you look at the cards on the table, those are all not lightning gone. You're at 6.
You'll notice, for those paying attention at home, these are some hot tips. I didn't use a surveillance team so that they would not be in my discard pile when I reshuffled.
Yep.
Jonathan's mind is blown by that. You can tell. Look at him.
Bob asking if we think the campaign box for Champions will tell story via sequential art. I hope so. I hope it's interconnected.
There's so many expectations being set with this campaign
Yeah, it's
box. It's
unreal.
going to be disappointing no matter what they do.
If everyone's leaned back about this, and it's like, if it's just like, okay, there's going to be more cards that are going to be fun to use, and then everything else is a bonus, we're fine.
But you kind of want them to have some story element involved.
It reminds me of the trap of, I don't know, Game of Thrones, a TV show. You set expectations, and it builds for literally 7 years.
I mean, that doesn't excuse you doing a bad job at things.
I'm not saying
Here we
they
go.
did a good job.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh! It double stack energy. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, get it in here.
Oh my word.
gosh.
5, so it's 11 damage.
What's the max?
2,
There's no max.
8.
And it's for each printed lightning resource discarded this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just did 11 damage, right?
That's what I'm doing, yep.
That feels...
Now we're down to 15.
The feels on that are good.
Recover or not, it doesn't matter anymore. We made it.
Did we make it?
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, Rocket Boots. We will take off with the last card, which is Mental Energy.
Rocket boots.
Let's do 2 damage.
Got it.
2 damage.
Got it.
Let's remove 1 threat from the main scheme and the side scheme because I am flying. Feels good. Let's remove a threat, remove a threat, remove a threat.
Got it. I assume you're going, oh, you wanted to go here?
No.
You remove 3? It doesn't matter.
It won't matter, will it?
Hope not.
I think we should clear this side scheme, though.
Wouldn't it be great if I just totally had no damage?
You had nothing.
You just get wrecked
I'd
here.
be furious about it.
Leroy Jenkins.
All right, and so then do you think I should just do 2 damage with Iron Man?
Yep.
That'd be helpful.
It doesn't matter.
Versus thwarting?
You can, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, let's do 2 stand up, or 1 stand up, 1.
All right. What's the most creative way for me to do this?
Do you have it?
I mean, it's not
Drop
even a
it,
question.
man. Just drop it.
All right, I gotta finish strong with Wakanda Forever, I think.
So you got
4,
3,
5,
7,
6.
8.
Okay, cool. Let's do this.
9?
You ready?
I see 9. You got 2 more somewhere?
9. Oh, with my attack? I'm not even gonna use the attack.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go Genius for Relentless Assault for 5.
Oh my. Deal 5 damage to a minion.
Oh wait, I can't do that. Almost cheated. We're fine. How about we do this instead?
You do it to Madam Hydra.
Let's pay
Except you
3.
can't.
Wherever
This is actually going to tank now.
No, that's not. I had 10 options. Let's pay 3 for an uppercut for 5.
There it is.
So he was at what?
I don't know.
11.
You
He was
started
at 11.
removing.
So he should be at 6.
Yeah.
And then this is how it should be finished.
Wakanda forever, man.
Let's Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I'll get a Helicarrier on that too.
Sure.
Pepper's coming in too. She's paying.
Let's go move a damage, do a damage to everything engaged with me, and then do 4 for a total of 6, and we have done it.
Easy peasy.
Triple on class. Let's discuss this for a second.
Let's talk about this. We need your help, chat, as well, because I think, obviously, having watched it as objective observers, you probably have a pretty good idea of what needs to happen to rebalance the scales on this.
I have immediate. Where that came from?
What's your? So what do you think?
I think step 1, if you're wanting to dial it up, right? We were still on the line, and I think
it was still a very engaging.
we were
thing.
playing
Yeah.
with 2 characters that build their board and kind of stay out there. And there were a couple moments where we almost lost. But if you really want to ramp it up, I think we could start with eliminate all the stage 1 villains, and you play 3 random from 2 and 3.
That's true.
If you want to go most extreme, you do all 3 of the stage 3 villains.
Yeah, in a random order.
In a
essentially.
random order,
Yeah.
and then that way you see all 3 decks, you see all of the health.
That
you
would be
see-
tough.
And they have all the max stats. I think that would be easily the most difficult. Or you do like 1 random stage 2 and then 2 stage 3s, so that because you don't just start and like make he's crazy because you need to do some building. But there's some tweaking if you want to keep it simple, right? To me, it's like building the 3 decks on the side or having 10 different villain decks on the side eventually, and then you shuffle up a bunch of stage 3s. And it's like, all right, reveal 1. That's the deck that comes into play.
Here's some other simple mechanics that could work. Every time you defeat a villain, you add an acceleration token. And then just start with a fresh deck. So like you're guaranteed to do 1 every round, maybe 2 if you run through it
I like that a
once.
lot more because it means you start with a fresh deck and you don't have to do the weird counting thing. And then by the time you're on the 3rd villain, you're probably looking at 2, maybe 3 acceleration, and that would have been enough to really ramp it up. But I also do think like even starting with a stage 2 villain would make this immediately way harder.
I like all the stage 3s too. I think that would be like the hardest mode for sure.
All stage 3 on expert would be pretty ridiculous.
What do we do about the rampers? So you know, She-Hulk's not the same. She's not going to be as good in the third round as Iron Man is going to be, obviously. What do you do about that? Do you have to account for that in some way, or do you just play it?
I don't know.
Because at the same time, I mean, the Rampers also are going to get more encounter cards because their equipment's all out, so their decks get smaller.
Yeah.
She-Hulk won't have to deal with that as much. We could just say that evens it out.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's true.
I mean, I don't care who you're playing. If you beat three stage 3 villains on expert, that's probably the peak.
You think that's peak Marvel Champions?
I mean, I don't know about that, but it's just peak of the challenge. Like if you're really wanting to go for it. But I do think even these results are a little bit affected by the fact that we're playing these buildy kind of characters.
Yeah. No, this is nice though. I think I would love to try the auto acceleration token, and I think I would love to try the 2 and 3 villains, and then I would love to try all of that combined with all 3 level 3 villains if that became the thing.
I definitely think that's the highest level
That's
here.
the pinnacle.
Now, I do think what would be really fun is playing 4-player against 3 stage 3 villains, because you have enough players that you should be able to slow them down up front enough to kind of get out in front of them.
But you're also going to be doing 4 encounter
100%.
cards and 4 attacks and stuff.
But you should have 4 heroes and allies and all that kind of stuff.
Now, the other piece of this that I was thinking about this weekend with Champions, just as kind of a send-off for the game, is I was building Arkham Horror for 6-7 hours. I built 2 Arkham Horror decks. And I was on Arkham DB. I love it. Even from the Netrunner days, all those, Alcinde's code is great. So I was doing test draws for an hour plus. And the moment that you've got, and there's a decent amount of meaningful choices in the deck building for Arkham. I'd say, I had about 10 to 15 cards that were definitely in, and then I was pivoting on the last 5 were the main pivots going on after I'd established my deck concept and whatnot. And as long as Champions get to that point where there are 6 or 7 slots that could all be good, and I can start to develop, for instance, Norman Withers is this really cool investigator who's really got this great intellect stat, but has really low movement and strength stats. He's this old man, essentially. And the theme of the deck was they had just released a 3-piece card that is open gate, and you can attach it to something, and then the second one moves between those 2, and the third one moves between all 3.
Portal or whatever, yeah.
So I went with 3. He can take 5 Mystic cards. I went 3 open gates and 2 astral travels. So he's essentially all about moving wherever he wants, and it was Norman being the crazy, interdimensional astronomer. He's an astronomer. As long as I can start to have those kinds of conversations with an Iron Man deck or a Black Panther, saying conversations with a deck makes me sound crazy, but that's really essentially what it's like. When it's I can play this style of leadership Black Panther, this style of leadership Black Panther, this style of protection Black Panther.
Basically, when you start getting branches of decks that you can build inside of a single archetype.
Exactly.
Which will happen, right?
Yeah.
Where it's oh, this is justice, and it's whatever the path ends up being. And when we have a big enough card pool, I assume that has to happen.
She-Hulk, for instance, would be a really good choice for if you can play a protection archetype that is soaking up all of the damage, basically by playing interrupt cards and great responsibility style cards that are so it's I'm going to be the tank of this game, and She-Hulk's in there just soaking up all the damage.
Yeah.
Once we get to that point, I think it will take about a year, at least, to get to a point where the deck building is really interesting.
Well, assuming they do one aspect per release, right? Main aspect. So it's going to take 8 hero decks coming out for us to get 2 full decks in the aspect.
That's about a year, right? Maybe 8 hero decks in a year?
I'm assuming we'll get 2 to 3 campaigns. We know we're getting 2 scenarios in that time.
And the campaign expansions actually, again, throw off all of that math, because
who knows what that's gonna
that
happen
could be a giant card pool being introduced all at once.
But I think when we get to about 8 packs, even 1 though, right? It's it's a whole deck that is mostly new cards. Mm-hmm. So even on its own, if that just introduces a new way to play that interaction.
That is, think about building leadership after Cap is out. Mm-hmm. And it's you have 2 very distinct leadership card pools, Corset and Cap, and then how you choose to intermingle those
is up to you.
Becomes really fascinating.
And then by the time you get the third, to me,
it's the third.
The multiplication is when you hit 3 and then 4. Mm-hmm. Past 4, now it's going to be well, I have a bunch of cards to choose from. Now I just have more. But 3 and 4 is where I think it's really going to open up, it's cool because I feel like they're kind of like, what do you call it? What is that learning method Jonathan always talks about?
Scaffold.
Yeah.
Scaffold and learning. Whereas like you're starting out and it's like the villains are not connected with the campaign. They're a little more straightforward. We have basically one version of the deck we can build. There's definitely choices to make, even now in deck building. And then like you get a second pack and it's like, okay, like which ones are a little more synergistic? But then by like pack 3 with an aspect, it's kind of out in the wilderness. And at that point as well, I'm expecting us to have a campaign going on. And so like a way for players, even new players, to get into this game later and kind of stair-step their way into it, I think is really healthy.
Yeah, it's true.
Start with a core set, right? Buy a couple heroes that you like. Your buildings get a little more intricate. Then after you're at that stage, buy a campaign. Now you can tell an interconnected story and then make that a little more complex. And on it goes.
There will be some players that just love certain aspects. Like I find myself consistently drawn to leadership for whatever reason. So like if I wanted to play leadership Black Panther and like that was, for instance, if Namor, as an example, because I'm obsessed with all things of the sea, if Namor was in the core set and I was just like, I'm definitely playing Namor forever, my only concern would be what aspect do I like and just collect those hero packs. So like if I was going to play leadership Namor, I'd collect Captain America and then skip until I got the next leadership pack and then skip. And I would build just the leadership card pool.
Unless
for
Ms.
me.
Marvel has a swanky leadership card in it.
That's true. It could happen. I'd have to really
Or
look.
neutrals, right?
It's like one card that could be like, oh no, it's what I need.
But I mean, I think I feel
still
this way
only,
about
15,
the game.
$20
I
at
feel
that
this
point,
way
so.
about even our tokens, right? Which is like, there are going to be players that play it solo. If you're playing solo, buy whatever you want, do whatever you want. But, like I'm planning to play it with a couple different groups of people, and it's like, technically speaking, right, if you have one main, I know a lot of people that would like Arkham have a group they play with, and it's like everyone in the group doesn't need to buy all the cards.
Yeah,
that is not a requirement at all. So ideally, you are working with 2 or 3 people who are all okay, kind of moving around on the different aspects. And once there's enough packs out, you can all play whatever aspect you want. But if that's an ongoing concern, but again, this is an LCG, so we're looking at one release a month, 15 to 30, 40 maybe bucks on the campaign. I don't know on the campaign, but 15 to 20 bucks elsewhere. It's pretty low on the ultimate burn, and this is the best part about cooperatives. This is not the case with the competitive LCGs, which is if you're watching this or you're joining the game 5 years from now, buy your favorite heroes pack, start playing, and you do not need
that's pretty much
else,
it,
right? And then it's like, what villains do you want to fight against next? What campaign do you want to do next? But I really can't overstate how important that is for the longevity of this game, this community. At any point, someone can walk in, they can get excited about, like, and maybe Namor finally comes out 2 years from now, and you're like, oh, I'm back.
Yeah, I would start playing immediately. Like, if I totally was just like, whatever, superheroes, and then Namor comes out, it's like, all right, I'm playing for the next year, at least, year and a half.
100%. I think it's a huge asset for this game.
I do get the sense that, it's a living card game, and so, I think it's pretty true to that moniker. Like, I feel like there's a lot of unknowns, and it's like we're about to go on a journey together, right? Like the tokens are likely, we're going to keep expanding that line as things come out. The subscriptions are going to keep firing as new packs come out, scenario packs, hero packs. We don't even know what campaign expansions are, so that's a big moment for the game to figure out at least how they do the first one. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be the same as the second one. And all throughout that time period, the card pool continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then eventually it's like, I just cracked this super interesting leadership deck that nobody had ever thought about doing before, and it's like all about, Hawkeye being in play every turn for the rest of the game and being buffed and putting arrow counters on him so he's constantly churning out.
Sure.
Like, there's just a lot of potential here, and I'm amped. I'm ready.
I mean, the crazy thing to me is, and they get the best of both worlds with this, which is, technically speaking, right, at some point they could literally stop making heroes. And put in hero packs out. And the amount of content I think they can make based on the number of villains in this universe for scenarios and campaigns is high.
Super high.
So they're going to keep releasing both because there's a ton of heroes as well. But it's cool because I feel like they can essentially, a lot of times games expand in a linear direction. Like there's just we can add more cards that you can put into your deck and we're going. It reminds me a little bit of Arkham, but effectively, just the concept of even seeing Green Goblin is a very different kind of villain than we've seen so far. And with Lord of the Rings, they went to some really interesting places with the campaigns and the scenarios and stuff. Meantime, we're also getting that intermingled with all the new cards to put in the new decks and new ways to play. And even like, someone was saying they're excited about Iron Man leadership after the cap pack because there's going to be more energy resources in there.
Yep.
And so, like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. He's got money. If it had a little more energy, it would be just as good as Justice for him. And again, it's like we get to roll this out because the game's going to come out with just the core set. We're not going to have cap.
Yeah.
So if you want to play Iron Man, maybe you play Justice up front. And over time, that'll change. That'll morph.
Think about some of these return to concepts too, like Return to and Arkham, where they go back to those. So I'm thinking about you could put out something, whether it's a campaign expansion, scenario pack, or a separate product entirely, that is literally rebuilding the core set heroes. So it's new copies of Claws, new copies of Ultron, new copies of Rhino. You swap out maybe half of their deck from the core set with new 1 through 8 that is being included in the Return to, essentially. And then you have a number of potentially new cards for Black Panther, new cards for Iron Man, and you can swap between their signature pools. You have this 15 and that 15, you have that 6 and that 6, and you can trade between them.
I mean, I also wonder if at some point, there's just so much space for them to cover, but if they gave you another stack of Iron Man cards, and it's like, you have to have number 1 through 15, but you can pick.
Exactly.
Like number 1 from this pack, number 2 from this pack.
What do they do that in? That's like, it's like Super Show. Remember how Super Show does that?
Thing. Doomtown does the same thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can have 4 diamonds, right? But like it could be any 4 diamonds in your deck, kind of a thing.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, what do we want to do? I think the last two we should do the. There's 2 heroes we haven't done strategy videos over, so let's do that. I think it's Captain Marvel and Spider-Man.
Okay.
Which is kind of funny. We haven't done those too because we played a lot of those too.
Yep. So we're gonna pause for a minute, clean up the stream area, and then we'll be back in a little bit with a breakdown of Spider-Man and Captain Marvel.
Before we do that, I do want to open this up. This is kind of the last big video that we're doing for Champions. So last call for any questions that anybody has about Marvel Champions, about our products, about speculation for the future, rules, anything that you'd like to know going into your experience with the game. Let us know right now and we'll answer it. Meantime, I'll at least explain some of the commonly asked questions. One is the release date of the game. Last we've heard is still October. We expect to hear more soon. A lot of times the way this works is you'll get word that like, hey, it's now. You got to put your order in now. So that means that if you're looking to pre-order the core set from us and get that strategy guide PDF, I just do that now. Obviously, I have a financial interest in telling you to do that, but the reality is that if you miss it from us, you're just going to miss it.
I'm going to post a link to that in the chat as well.
Yeah, please do. And then secondarily, we run a subscription service. We've been running it for, I think, 8 years now. I always ask the number. And the way that works, it started with the LCG format. We basically looked at it and said, you know, it's really annoying. If I just want to play this game to its fullest, I have to constantly be checking, is a new pack out? Did the pack get delayed? Is it on the boat or not? What is coming in the new pack? All that kind of stuff. And Zach essentially said, you know, I just really want to just get all these products and not have to worry about this. So we developed a subscription service, and it's going strong for about 8 years now, like I said.
Almost 9 years.
I started on PayPal, and it was awful. And it is now, we've spent a lot of money investing in that ecosystem, and it's a lot better than it has been. In fact, it's pretty good now. I'm happy with it.
I'd say it's pretty good, yeah.
And the way that works is basically you sign up for the products that you want. So for Champions, you can sign up for scenario packs, hero packs, and campaign expansions. Whenever one of those things is coming out, 2 weeks before the release date, we charge your credit card on file, and then we ship that to you automatically. It usually arrives on release day. That's how we ship them, so the timeline is in accordance with where your location is. If it's going to take 2 days to get to you, we ship it 2 days ahead. If it's going to take 3, we ship it 3 days ahead, etc. So unless USPS is doing weird stuff in the States, those get to you on release day. And then finally, these are our Cosmic tokens. We have Cosmic tokens, Cosmic boards. The entire line is meant to tell as epic a story as the rest of the cards are telling. And on top of that, it cleans up your play space tremendously. It upgrades all of the components for the game, makes it a lot clearer to track. And it also kind of puts the villains, the main scheme, and the heroes above everything else that's happening. So it feels more like that comic book where there's very significant focuses on individual scenes between the main players rather than like all of the villains and gear blending in with your hero cards as well. So it's a nice way to kind of elevate the game. And it also replaces the dials. And you don't have to do that. If you don't want to replace your villain dial, just don't buy the villain boards and just grab some tokens. You can still use the threat and the health as you like. And then on the heroes, I would just straight up suggest just replacing the dials. 1,000 times better. You can make a case for the villain because it's such a big number, and maybe you don't want to like add tokens and remove tokens. We've had many conversations about that on the podcast and elsewhere. But for the hero, I think it's a no-brainer. If I were on the fence about this set, I would start with a Cosmic Ward and a hero set. And then I think we will hook you if you do that, and you will probably end up buying
Yeah, if you remain
rest.
unconvinced. And it's also like I said earlier with the weird, like if you're playing with 3 or 4 people, do everyone need to buy all the packs? Same thing goes for the tokens, where like I was talking with one of the groups I'm playing with, and it's like, well, like I was like, I bought the villain stuff, so if you don't want to, if you're only going to play with when we're playing, then by all means you don't need to. But that's a conversation because the tokens are designed for up to 4 players, so that's really efficient if you have 3 or 4 players coming to the table.
That's right. Any questions coming down the...
Will Young is interested in what would you consider the weakest pairing for each hero in terms of aspects.
Ooh, okay, we can do that real quick. Iron Man...
And it's worth noting in the strategy guide that comes with any core set proto from us, we're doing a full breakdown of every hero and aspect, and then basically the pairings. So building a deck with Spider-Man with all 4 aspects and She-Hulk with all 4 aspects. So we'll be covering this as well there. But off the cuff,
Iron Man protection. She-Hulk is good in anything.
she doesn't have a lot of money though, right? So leadership's kind of not good.
She-Hulk
for her.
leadership would be bad. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Spider-Man.
Also not a ton. I mean, he's got okay resources. Leadership would be fine.
Spider-Man's good. He's a good middle of the road hero.
I don't think he's great with Justice.
Okay, we'll say Spider-Man Justice.
Because like his thwart's not great, so the upgrade to get +1 thwart not going to be super useful.
Captain Marvel protection as well. I think Captain Marvel and Iron Man occupy a similar slot in needing energy resources and having terrible defense stats.
Yep.
Black Panther can be good with anything. He's great with leadership. He's good with aggression. He's good with protection. So maybe Justice.
And that would be fine.
That 2 thwart is still fine. He's like the most...
The only reason I wouldn't
straight
like
up good
Justice with
hero.
him is that he has a lot of resources, and I think he would just have too many resources for that.
Yeah.
So when we get more Justice cards, if there's some more 2 and 3 cost anything, I think that he's going to be just fine with everything. And I think that's, over time, all of these heroes I think will be playable with every aspect.
Absolutely.
Easily. But I think
That's
those
the
are
promise
definitely
of the game in a lot of ways.
weakest pairings currently.
All right, that's it. Shall we move on to anything else? Move on to the strategy?
Any chance of a physical strategy guide from you guys?
There is a chance. I mean, not imminently, but I mean, if this works out well, so like if people really dig the strategy guide idea, and if it's well received, and we get feedback that it helped people a lot, and it's a thing that we think has a lot of value moving forward, we'd consider that strategy maybe not necessarily for champions. But I think the idea of a printed strategy guide that is like awesome and really well made and like fits the whole aesthetic of what we're trying to bring to the game is really appealing to me. Like I love the idea of that. I know there's some weird like legal things about selling something that is about someone else's property, so I don't know what we could do about that. But I'm very interested in the idea of a really nicely put together printed strategy guide.
I would say, technically speaking, if you get the digital PDF guide from us, where you go from there.
One thing we could do is we could basically like set it up in a way that it was ready to print, and then suggest like, here's the card stock, here's where we'd order it from, here's the way that we would do it. I put some gold lettering on that thing. I put that filigree over it.
He's
it would
excited.
be all burning wheel in here.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No more.
All right, guys.
No more questions.
Thanks so much for watching. Join us for the next 2. We're going to finish out the strategy series, Captain Marvel and Spider-Man coming up, and then we'll be out of here. We'll see you then.